Yes, good day, guys. He came from Sweden. The girls are very nice. He left his girlfriend to play in red and white. He's scoring goals, not yet with the cannon on his chest. His name is Victor Gyökeres. And welcome back to your English Aussie. We are live for the Game Week 2 live stream. Reminder to all of you guys, if you do want your team rated, please chuck your team IDs down below in the chat and I will get through all of your team IDs and teams. We will be putting it up back on FPL GameWeek this week. Don't need to do through Twitter and Instagram, but feel free to drop me an ad if you do want to chat during the week as well. How are we all today? See a few regulars in the chat. Orange Apple, good to see you, mate. Brycey, Quex, Paul, Jesse, great to see you guys. Paul, hey, MMA Shorts, my guy, here early on. Paul, are you in the chat already? Do you want to go first? Members privileges, and then Jesse, Orange, you two. If Jesse's gone already, Orange will get to you second. Pull you about, or we'll start with Orange first and come to you when you join back. Come on then, Orange. First up today, and we will pull up. Oh, Jesse's here as well. Jesse will come into you next, mate. All right. So what do we have first up? 41 points first week. Tough first week, but you do have some nice players in this team, Orange. Abdullah, how are you, mate? Great to see you. Cross, hey mate, how you going? Not sure I've seen you before on here, Cross, mate. Do you want to, are you looking for a nice team rating today, mate? All right, what do we have to say? So looking at this team, mate, no chips used, 1.5 mil in the bank, 98.5 mil team. Obviously got the captaincy right on Salah. Rest of the team, a little bit unlucky, to be honest. Like, not a terrible team. Cunha had a fantastic game for United. Cross, new subscriber. Nice to have you with us, mate. Hey, Quex, how are you, bro? Great to have you back. Yeah, looking at your team for this week, obviously João Pedro and Watkins still look nice up front. Beto, for me, is somewhere where you could look to improve your team, especially given your bench is quite weak with Moreno, Ramsey, and Esteve. Kelleher in goal. Brentford this week up against Aston Villa. Tough game week for them, so I'd probably play Dubravka against Sunderland and bench Kelleher this week. Moreno, Ramsey, and Esteve. And then, yeah, I think just looking at Beto, he's at 5.5, isn't he? So you've got 1.5 mil in the bank to potentially upgrade that. I think my options would be Evan Nilsson or Strand Larsen. I think if you were able to wait a few game weeks longer, I actually do prefer Strand Larsen, but Evan Nilsson this week against Wolves is fantastic fixture. Like Vitor Pereira last season, and I've got a note in my like just OneNote drive where I think about stuff for the next season. Last season, saying Wolves are going to concede a ton of goals this year. They're out to win every game. They're not going to be there like pissing about, trying to draw games. They're trying to score goals and win games. So I think Beto to Evan Nilsson would be quite nice here, Orange, mate, if that is sort of the transfer that you could make in game week 2. It also means your team feels a lot nicer after that. 442,958. You're killing me, Orange. You're killing me. Just randomly doing some random team. All right, well, I have to get back to you because we've got a few members in the chat that I've just got to get through first. And then I probably should go to Jesse since he was first. I thought it was the same as last year. No worries, mate. That's all right, don't worry. We've got plenty of time. We'll definitely get to your teams. Quex, 47, game week 1. Sells Pedro Porro, Diouf, Milenkovic, Palmer, Salandai, Reindeers keeping you alive. Good captaincy pick on Salah as well. Gyökeres, Watkins, Fulkrug, Jorginho, Ruta also looks like, tough bench. It would have been nice. That bench boost would have done you nice last week as well. You'd have got 16 extra points. That'd have been a really nice week if you'd have played that bench boost, actually. Look, I think probably no transfers needed to be made here. I think I'd probably roll if I were you, Quex. What I'd be looking at is just who to play. So obviously goalkeeper choice you've got between Nottingham Forest and Burnley. I'd probably just go with Forest. Like obviously Palace are missing Eze. To be fair, they did create a lot of chances last week, even in the 1-0... not against Chelsea, in the 1-0 midweek game in the Conference League. But I just like the Nottingham Forest defence. I think it's a little bit safer going Sells than Dubravka. Burnley didn't look a great defence. Sunderland obviously scored some goals. So for me, I'd probably leave Dubravka for when you really need him, and Sells has a really tough game. I think Palace without Eze might be okay to go with that. Pedro Porro, I think you're going to have to go with as one of your defenders, Milenkovic as well. And then your third defender, you've got Diouf, Esteve and Rodon. Leeds obviously have Arsenal, so he wouldn't be going for Rodon there. He does have the potential for some DEFCON points against Arsenal, but I think I'd rather go for either Esteve or Diouf. For me, I think it's up to you. Like, I think Esteve, there is obviously... Same as Dubravka, right? Like, there is a possibility that he can keep that clean sheet. Kentaro, what's up, mate? But yeah, obviously, Diouf, you've sort of got that attacking potential for West Ham. But again, the clean sheets are the difficulty there. So between Diouf and Esteve, I don't really mind. I think you could go either way. Yeah, smash that like button, subscribe down below to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks, Paul, for reminding everyone. And then I think Parma, Salah, Dai, Reindeer, and Jorginho Ruta really probably all should be starting in your team. Jorginho Ruta, I'm expecting to probably start up front again. Like, Hertzler's press conference comments was sort of like, and don't take this for granted, but what I read between the lines is he didn't want to start Ruta and Welbeck unless Simas gets his fitness ready for that Premier League to have an impact off the bench in those last 20 minutes, because he felt like he wanted to finish the game strongly. And if they start both of them, they're going to have to take one off at the end and have that impact. So he feels like Jorginho starting up top and then Welbeck coming on later gives them a little bit of impetus late in the game from Welbeck. So I think Ruta might be starting up front again for Brighton, and also against Everton, nice fixture. So I'd probably go them five in the midfield, Watkin and Gyökeres up front, and you can drop Füllkrug down to the bench. So that kind of works, given that you're looking to kick Füllkrug anyway. And I think you can roll that transfer, and then you have 2 free transfers for game week 3, where if you don't free hit, then like you can move a little bit more. Like if you decided you wanted to go Füllkrug down to a 4.5 and then use that money, you'd have 2 million in the bank maybe to upgrade and die to, like, I don't know, Cunha at 8 mil or something like that. Like, those are the sort of things that you have the options to do, which, by the way, I absolutely love the look of Cunha last week. I think he could be an absolutely superb pick. That's probably my thoughts, Quex. Hopefully that helps, mate. Let me know if you've got any thoughts. No, I don't. Areola's not. No, Areola's probably not going to start. It sounded like from Potter. Actually, no. Potter said in his press conference, I was listening to it, he said Hermanson's going to start. So yeah, Areola again not going to start this week. Yeah, would sell and die maybe in a few weeks. Yeah, I think game week 3 maybe you go and die to Cunha. Could be really nice. So I think you can hold the transfer this week. 3-5-2. Drop Füllkrug down to the first on the bench. See how we go. Paul, what's up, mate? I think you were next in of the members on Teams. We'll just chuck you in, and then MMA, and then just moving through the list after that. Paul, 60 points first week. Good first week for you. Amarin's Red Army FC. Nice name. Bench boost, actually. You did use bench boost last week. Yeah, Areola stuffed me as well, to be honest. I blame my mate for that. He's a West Ham fan. I spoke to him and he was like, do you have any inside knowledge on West Ham? He was like, yeah. Areola's definitely going to start. Hermanson's not gonna come in until at least game week 2. Stuff me. When can I use my bench boost if I'm not bench boosting game week 1, Kentaro? Chuck your team ID in, Kentaro. We'll take a look at it after. But Paul, like, good first game week, 60 points. Pretty good start. Very good. Pedro Porro, Milenkovic, Tarkowski. Nice back 3. Reinders, Palmer, Salah, Wirtz, Mateta, Watkins. Oh, man. Yours is tough because your team is so stacked that I think Tarkowski's got to play against Wolves. I think you've got to play Tarkowski. I think Munoz probably has to play against Nottingham Forest. Just attacking plus potential for clean sheet. You've got a little bit of both there. Then Milenkovic v Pedro Porro is probably your call, in my opinion. I think you play Tarko. Pedro Porro, Milenkovic, Tarko. It's probably two of those three. Wolves. Oh, it's not Wolves this week. Sorry, they got Brighton. Yeah, that's right. I think maybe Milenkovic, Pedro Porro is the way to go. Tarko on the bench. Can I turn my mic up a bit? Oh, it's quite soft. Yeah, that's fine. That's probably just me. Yeah, you're right. It was a bit soft. Hopefully that's better now. Thanks, Bryce. Yeah, so I think I'd probably go Pedro Porro, Milenkovic for that attacking potential. Turn the mic down. All right, it's coming down a little bit. Is that better? All right, perfect. Nice one. Yeah, if it does get up too high, just let me know. Stop it. That's a troll. That's a massive troll. Yeah, so you're thinking Pedro Porro, Milenkovic and benching Tarko? Stop it, Orange. I know you're trolling me now, mate. In the midfield, Reinders, Palmer, Salah, Wirtz. I know we spoke about this in the week. Like, I'm also Wilson first on my bench, but I would love to play him. But I think Mateta, Watkins, Ekatike is probably a way to go. The only thing you got to think about, right, is you've got Mateta versus Milenkovic, basically. So your option could be to go Tarkowski over Milenkovic and then like go for your ultimate upside, or you play Wilson and you bench Mateta, and then you're still sort of pushing like your highest upside picks, so you don't have like attack v defense. So I think a couple of options there. I think you switch Milenkovic with Tarkowski, or you switch Wilson with Mateta if you're interested in trying to go max upside and not have like one of your attackers play against one of your defenders. Elmi who to cap this week, Haaland, Salah, Palmer. I'd actually probably go Haaland. If I had all three, I'd go Haaland. Play Tarkowski and bench Milenkovic. Yeah, I like that, Paul. I think that's valid. 100. Okay, cool. Sounds good, mate. All right, MMA, and then Kentaro, and then Abdullah, and then sorry, Jesse. Too many members in the chat at the moment, mate. But we will get back to you. Cold War, I will come to you as well, mate. Don't worry. I've seen all of the team IDs in the chat, and I will get through all of you guys. All right, Abdi. All right, first game week, 49. Who's the best Frimpong replacement? Who's on your bench? Yeah, not ideal first week, mate, 49. But it's okay. Like, you're sort of in that zone. Like, really, like 50 and above is fine the game week. Didn't use any chips, so, you could have got an extra 12, 14 points off the bench, ended with 63 if you'd have bench boosted. So, can't be too upset with that. And I think the team, looks okay. given that Conce is suspended, just a 1 week suspension, I think your team basically stays the exact same for this week. Like I don't like Kieran Dewsbury Hall in general as a pick. We got statistically the world's best batter giving us FPL advice. That's right. That's right. I am currently the number 1 batter in the world in T20 international cricket by average. But yeah, thanks for that shout out, Orange Apple. Appreciate that. I'm sure that'll come up sometime later in this stream again. Just love it. CAJ marker for life. Is Watkins a bad captain? I don't think Watkins is a bad captain, but he always tends to troll me when I captain him. And I like midfielders just because they get the extra point for a goal, probably more assist, generally have more assist threat, and they get the clean sheet point as well. Concer on the bench. I mean, Concer was... Yeah, luckily he's only suspended for 1 week. Oh, best Frimpong replacement. 8 Nuri? If you're looking at a 6 mil, I mean, otherwise, if you're just looking at best defender... don't think anyone's really jumped out yet. Yeah, Cross, no worries, mate. I'll come through with the list, so don't worry. We got many hours to go, and I'll definitely get through you guys. Bernie, what's up, bro? Good to see you. So I think this team, like, you probably don't need to make any changes, MMA. I think you basically roll the same team into this week. Personally, would probably captain Salah. Options, obviously, Salah, Palmer, Watkins, in my opinion. But just a bit nervous about 8-second hold rule. What's the 8-second hold rule? Just a bit nervous for Palmer and like his positioning and how he's been playing in that left 10 role, allowing Enzo to get forward. But with Lavia coming back for Chelsea, there is a chance that Palmer plays in his preferred position. So... I don't know. This game week's a big one for captaincy, and I think if you get it right, you're going to gain a lot of rank. Legendary Luke's, yeah, chuck your team ID in the chat, mate. I'll get to it. What about Munoz? Was thinking between him and Aitner. Yeah, I love the Palace defence going forwards. I think probably from this week, really, Palace defence. Nottingham Forest this week, good game. Villa, all right, tough game. Then Sunderland, West Ham, great games. Then Liverpool, tough game. And Everton, really nice game. Bournemouth, I didn't think looked that great against Liverpool. I don't know. There's a lot of people spouting nonsense about that, but I thought Liverpool didn't look troubled at all first 60 minutes. Like maybe 1 or 2 small chances, but then as soon as Frimpong and Kirkes came off, like it all went to pot for us. So yeah, I didn't think Bournemouth were as good as people were saying. And then Palace from game week 10 onwards, their defensive team is just so nice. So yeah, MMA, mate, I don't know what you're thinking, but I'm just thinking you go in with the same team for game week 2. Give yourself 2 free transfers for game week 3. Then you can move stuff around if you want to. Maybe downgrade a Bowen, upgrade one of your midfielders, like a Dewsbury Hall up to like maybe a Cunha or something game week 3. You should have the money for that when you downgrade Bowen. What time is the deadline for UK? You're killing me here. I'm in Australia, mate. So UK would be, what are we? 3:30 a.m. 12:30, I think. It'd be 12:30. I think that's UK deadline. Oh, sorry, other way around. Yeah, 3:30, 6:30. 6:30 p.m. isn't it? UK, yeah. +3, -3. I should know because I have to call my fam in the UK always. I'm from Sydney, Luke's, mate. I'm normally from the sun, but it's been flipping raining all day today. The weather's been awful. Cool, MMA, nice one, mate. Let's go down the list. Who did we have? Paul Quirks, MMA. I think it was Kentaro. Yeah, Kentaro. And Abdullah is actually a member, but just doesn't come up as a member, sadly. Not gonna lie, I thought I was in England. I wish I was in England, mate. If it was like, what is it? It was 3 p.m. in England. It'd be ideal. It's midnight here. It's horrible. But that's it. I'm up streaming for you guys. What's your thoughts on Gyökeres as a captain going into the league, especially the fact he's guaranteed full 90 minutes? Don't think he's guaranteed full 90 minutes. They definitely could bring on Marino and like play him up top. like last 20, 15 minutes. I was tossing up Gyökeres. I've got Gyökeres, Saka, Palmer, and Watkins. I just don't have Salah. And I have ended up captaining Saka, but I don't really feel confident in anybody. But I just went Saka because I just felt like he had the most routes to points, and everything still goes through him for Arsenal. Kentaro, any thoughts this week on what you're thinking? 47 points, game week 1. Again, team looks pretty nice. Feel like just the captaincy. Yeah, mate, like you got a very similar team to me. And, Reindeer's on the bench. Bench boost would have been so nice for you last week, mate. It's just that Dubravka pick that we just didn't know about, eh? A 2-team, this team, same you, another is 201589. All right. Yeah, like honestly, like my choice is to captain Saka this week in here, but I think your options are Saka, Palmer, Watkins, Gyökeres, Ekitike even. Like genuinely think Ekitike's looked so good. Orange Apple, I'm just going to start from the top of the chat. But if they're not here, then possibly. Yeah, so I think it's Jesse who was here first, like before you, and I sort of wasn't sure he was in the chat and went to you, but then it would be you. Jesse, you still around? Yeah, so again, like my recommendations to most people is going to be roll your transfers this week to give yourself 2 for game week 3. We just don't have enough information at the moment to like be making transfers at this stage. I think 2 weeks gives you like a little bit more info. We might be able to have a few decisions that we'll be able to make. And then I think after 3 weeks getting into that international break, you have a chance for a potential early wild card with the information that we have. But this team, I think Reindeer's got to come in here. Who the hell do you... I think Harry Wilson probably does what first on your bench. And then Fulham have got United, who I think look nice. So I think Anderson, like, I was looking at some stats. Basically, United and Fulham are the 2 teams who cross the ball into the box the most. Yeah, guys, like and subscribe. And I'll even do a nice little subscribe overlay for you. Look at that. If you haven't already. Bryce, that's all right, mate. Just send it to me on Twitter and don't copy and paste it. Type it in manually. That's the problem for some reason. But I'll take that message just there as your team ID and just send it to me on Twitter. Or wherever you normally send it to me. Just tell me where you sent it. Yeah, this is FPL team ID that you're posting, yeah. So I can pull it up on the screen. Yeah, so I'd probably go Wilson first on the bench. And then your choice, yeah. So I think Anderson has the potential to be getting DEFCON points just because of how many balls Man United are putting in the box, right? They're putting in the box so, like, they're just cross, inbox, 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 inbox. So I think Anderson's got big potential for DEFCON points. So if you are looking at one of those defenders for DEFCON, I'd potentially go Murillo, Anderson, leave out Nico Williams and go Pedro Porro for the attacking returns. Chelsea v West Ham. Sanchez in goal over Dubravka. Palmer, Saka, Wirtz, Reinders in the midfield. And then Ekitike, Watkins, Gyökeres up front. So your bench would be Wilson first on bench, Nico second on bench, Rodon third on bench, and Dubravka in goal. That's probably where I'd go. Kentaro. Yeah, look, I mean, Dubravka over Sanchez, honestly, something that you could go for. I just think Burnley didn't look fantastic defensively. I also think Scott Parker's... He might go back to what he played last season for Burnley. I think his formation was... I think he played 3-5-2, if I'm not incorrect, for Burnley. But last season, they were playing like a 4 at the back. So it sort of switched it up a little bit. And he was the only Forest player to get DEFCON in game week 1. Yeah, I know. That was pretty funny, actually. But I do expect it to sort of go back a little bit. I think it was more due to the team they were playing against and the fact that Forest actually, for the first time in their life, dominated possession. So, as I said early season, like DEFCON is all about teams that are low on possession and play direct football. or you're playing against a team that plays direct football. So if you play against an Everton, your team's probably going to get DEFCON points. So like, I don't know, John Paul Van Heck or something for Brighton this week. Or like normally Nottingham Forest low possession teams, they do a lot of defending, have a lot of actions. Same for Everton. Same for what I'd expect like a Leeds. And I called Leeds, and I'm going to take full credit for all Leeds DEFCON points this season. The way they play are going to be quite counter-attacking football. They're still going to push forwards. They're still going to try and score goals. But because they've got such pace in their team, I reckon their team's set up to be a really good counter-attacking team, despite the fact last season they were a possession team. I think that's how they were going to play this year. So any DEFCON points for the Leeds defenders right here. B-Jolt, Rodon, there, my man. Hey, Luca, what's up, bro? Where's Big Anch? Kentaro, second team. Obviously, this team, you probably need to make a transfer, in my opinion, unless you want to go a Stev in for Frimpong. But it feels like that back line is not ideal. Like even Van der Ven, I probably would want a bench. I'd rather play a Stev over Van der Ven. But Rangers, Anderson, Palmer, Salah, Baliba, Haaland, João Pedro, probably all right. Maybe you go Frimpong to Munoz. I quite like that. Frimpong to Munoz. You just play Munoz, Williams, Stev. Gabriel and Saliba both not really great for DEFCON, to be honest. It's just, again, Man United dominated. Kaizen Project, what's up, bro? Thank you so much. What a guy. First member of the night. We are flying now. We almost got to 20 members on the channel now. So thank you guys all so much for all of you guys that are becoming members. And note, if you do become a member, you skip the queue and you can get your team reviewed quickly. And if you become an elite member, you do have access to my like DEFCON Excel FPI spreadsheets. It's all linked through to like the FPL API. I can show you quickly. This is the sort of stuff that you'll be able to see all the data. It's automatically linked to the FPL API. So as soon as the numbers go into the FPL site, I can load them straight into here. I've got lots of good stuff on here, like all the fixture difficulties by attack and defense. Like I create my own difficulty. You can even fiddle about with these yourself if you want to, if you get this access. So definitely worth it. You also get a members WhatsApp group where we talk through everything. So if you do want to become a elite access member, you get all of that on top of the perks of coming first in the live streams. Should really consider the usage of those words that I just used there. Ian McCormack, hi from Dublin. Before I go golfing, I'm hitting that bench boost. All started last weekend. Wow, yes. Going golfing. Big up, man. Enjoy your golf. Hit that bench boost. Get those big points in. So Kentaro, that's probably what I'll go on this team as well, mate. Frimpong to Gabriel or 8 Nuri. Yeah, that's fine. I like Munoz, though, to be honest. I think Gabriel, Arsenal's fixtures after this week, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Man City, Newcastle, not very nice. So if I was to pick between those two, I'd go 8 Nuri. All right, so let me just, do you know what? While I'm going through here, I'm just going to make a list of where I am on the deadline screen and all the people that have put their thing in before I start losing track. So firstly, Jesse, are you still in the stream? Because I know that you were actually the first one to post here. Hey, Cody, what's up, man? And I want to get to your team. So, Jesse, if you let me know. Poll for captaincy. Yeah, I can do a poll for captaincy. What are our options here? Salah, Palmer, or no Salah. We just go Saka, Palmer, Gyökeres. We'll do no Salah and no Haaland, and then we'll just do Saka, Palmer, Gyökeres, Watkins. That's probably the main ones, right? Let's do that. Let's do that as a poll. Yeah, Jesse, Orange Apple. So I'm just quickly making a list of the guys that have got their IDs in it, just so I don't skip anyone. Cold War. And then I'll just ask you guys if you're in. And that's not intentional hitting the subscribe button, but feel free to subscribe. And I'll pull up the next team in a second. Yeah, Jesse, you're here, yeah? All right, let me just pull you up, mate, and then we'll get through everything else. Cross, Bernie. Legendary Lukes. Geographical term. Jesse, 81 points, bro. What a start that is for you, mate. What a start that is for you. Where are you in my league? Are you in my... Oh, you're not in my... You haven't joined my mini league yet. You should join my mini league so I can keep a track of you guys. Man, 81, that's incredible. Well done, mate. Haaland captaincy, Ekatike in there. So much good stuff. Hillbilly, hey mate, new sub, 100% rolling. Would love your take on which defenders to start. Yes, you're on the list, mate. You are on the list. Kaizen Project, mate. Nate, what's your name? What's your name? Talk to me. Thank you so much for subscribing. Ekatike, yeah, I wanted to put Ekatike on captaincy poll as well, to be honest. He's one that I've got. When can I bench boost and not in game week 1 app? Is error my first? Oh, your first team. Yeah, Kentaro, if you... Let me just quickly look. To be honest, you can just bench boost whenever, mate. Like, whenever your bench looks good, like, don't try planning for it. Honestly, if you don't bench boost in game week 1, just whenever your bench looks reasonable, I'd just bench boost. All right, Jesse, you obviously know more than me though, mate, so no need to really listen to my advice with that 81 pointer in the first week. You should take your own advice. 171k in the world, that's so epic. Nick, what's up, bro? Thanks for tuning in. Pick 3 to start: Porro, Mario, Dorgu, Diouf and Estev. Porro, Mario, Dorgu. I like Dorgu. Looked good. Sanchez, Pedro Porro, Nico, Tarkowski, Van der Ven on the bit. I think this is going to be your same team. It's probably going to be same starting lineup. I wouldn't go Van der Ven v City. I wouldn't go Van der Ven over Pedro Porro because Pedro Porro's got the attacking threat. Nico, potential for a clean sheet there. West Ham obviously didn't look great. Like, Diouf's got that attacking return, so the only one that you could potentially go is Diouf over a Nico Williams or a Tarkowski, but I'd probably just go Nico and Tarkowski. Given the data from last season, there was obviously a lot of data on how these guys do have some potential to get DEFCON as well, and they've got the chance of getting the clean sheets. So I think Diouf is like just attacking return, probably no clean sheet potential. So for me, these guys just have a couple more routes to points, so I'd probably go for them. Midfield, I'd stick with the same 4. I don't think I'd go Carvalho against Villa and Haaland, Raul, Ekatike. Raul at 6.5, and you got 0.5 mil in the bank. I definitely wouldn't use a transfer. He's 6.5, isn't he? Yeah. I definitely wouldn't use a transfer. Fulham have got United. I mean, I think that's going to be a tough game for them. Don't think he's going to go amazing. And like, you've got that problem of Muniz coming in and rotating. You're thinking going Raul, Strand, Larson. Yeah. Honestly, like, I really like Strand Larson. I really like Strand Larson as a pick. Just the fixtures for me is a problem. Bournemouth is fine. That's actually a good fixture. Everton, Newcastle. Yeah, to be honest, those Wolves fixtures look a little bit nicer than I thought, to be honest. Because even from game week 5, that's when I sort of had them as nice fixtures. Leeds, Tottenham, Brighton, Sunderland, Burnley. But Bournemouth and Everton now look nice fixtures. And Newcastle, I know they defended well against Villa, but they're in a bit of turmoil as a team at the moment. So I don't mind the move for you. Given like how well your week 1 went. You don't need to be. You're probably not thinking you need to make wholesale changes in game week 3. I don't mind Raul Strand-Larsen at all. I actually think that could work for you. You just got to think like, do you want any Man United assets going into game week sort of 3, 4 if they have a good week here? I know they got City in 4, but Burnley in 3 could be nice. I don't know if you'd want to upgrade. I mean, maybe you'd end up moving Palmer down to a Bruno. So I think you've got options. So I think Raul to Strand-Larsen is actually nice. I'd probably do it. I'd probably make the transfer. I think like the position that you're in gives you the ability to attack the transfers a little bit. And just remember, we've got a lot of chips to play. Like if you wanted to suddenly free hit in game week 3, it's a really nice week to free hit. Works to Cunha if works, but I love Cunha, mate. I'm going. Cunha will be in my team next week for sure, 100%. Well, I'm going to free hit next week, so he's definitely going to be in my team. But yeah, on wildcard, I'd probably lose Wirtz down to Gakpo. I'd probably have Cunha in as well. Potentially even lose Palmer. To send you my team. Yeah, S Fury. Just send me your team ID, mate, in the chat, and you'll be in. Yeah, hopefully that's helpful, Jesse. I think you've definitely got options with the price points you have in your team. So I think you don't really need to roll to have 2 because you've got the options to move Wirtz to a Cunha, move Palmer to a Bruno, or even a Saka. You've got 0.5 mil in the bank if you wanted to go up from a Ndiaye to a Rodgers. Even if you wanted to go Ekatike to a Watkins, you've got 0.5 mil in the bank. I don't think you would, but yeah, you've got options. So I think you can make the move. I think I would make the move, Raul, to Strand-Larsen. Because I also think Muniz is... It's just... He always scores, bro. He always scores for Fulham. You should have seen his like value per minute last year for Fulham. It was insane. The reason I thought Raul might be nice, so I thought Muniz might go to Leeds, but it doesn't look like he's going to do that this season. All right, so I got Abdullah, Orange Apple, Cold War, Cross, Bernie, Legend Luke's, Geographical Term, Hillbilly, currently on the list. So I'll run through you all. Abdullah. Oh, and Bryce, of course. I should really be slotting in somewhere. Yeah, Bryce, you'll be next. Members perks, mate. Where did you say you sent me your team, Brycey? Did you say YouTube or Insta? Elmi. Did I miss you, Elmi? Sorry, my man, if I did. I'll scroll up now. You haven't put your team ID in the chat, Elmi. Can't see it in the chat. If you can put your team ID in the chat, I'll get you on the list, bro. Ah, Kaizen Project. Here we are. I'll be back 1 hour before deadline. All right, Kentaro, nice one, mate. Boss R Hill thinking about Semenyo captaincy as differential. No, I can't support that. I think Semenyo's finishing is absolutely trash. I think he just got lucky. Maybe he's improved his finishing this year. We'll see. Strand-Larsen might not be at Wolves in a week or 2, but he will be at Wolves in the next 2 weeks. No one's going to Newcastle at the moment. My bold prediction this game week, Newcastle beat Liverpool with Isak Saga giving extra motivation to Magpies. Nah, not going to happen. Luca, my OG team, Haaland captain, and Reinders would have outscored the entire team. Luca, you're just not lucky, mate. Did you get my message for team review? Nah. Can you put your team ID in the chat? Haven't got your ID, Luca. Abdullah, so what are we talking about this week, mate? I think Decoy in for Diouf in this team. Pedro Porro, Williams, Sanchez, Kudus, Palmer, Reinders, Wirtz, Bruno, Watkins, Haaland. Yeah, I think that's... I know you captain Haaland's. I think that's what we do, mate. The poll results. I don't know if you guys want to see, but they're quite interesting. Cody, having a long day. You don't have a chance to go through my team yet, but don't think I'll transfer anyone. No worries, Cody. Kaizen, Bryce, Cody skipping in there in the queue. Sorry, Orange Apple, you're getting shifted down with the members. Yeah, so I think just Diouf for De Kuiper there, Abdullah, and then you're good. Kaizen, mate, welcome to the members. Thank you for joining, and you're in now. Mackie, hello mate, hope you're good. Would you go for Saka, Rodgers, and Tosin or Odegaard? Or Odegaard, Cunha, and Gabriel on a free hit? Ooh, on a free hit. Yeah, I do think Tosin probably starts for the Chelsea this week. Odegaard, Cunha, and Gabriel. You can't get Saka and Cunha in there. If you can get Saka and Cunha in there, I'd do it. Or do whatever you need to do to get Saka and Cunha in there, Mackie. Joe Cole, how'd you get your team reviewed? Post your team ID in the chat, mate. Orange Apple, sorry, mate. Yeah, join the streams early, guys. Dale, so looking at your team, mate, what you said move full grid out for Strand Larson and thinking you're using bench boost this week. All right, cool. I like that. Let's have a look. Sells, Diouf, Pedro Porro, Kikero, Reinders, Bernard, Bruno, Hernandez, Palmer and Dye, Watkins, Strand Larson, Haaland, Dubravka, Xhaka, Lacroix. Yeah, mate, do it. It's not worth keeping that bench boost, man. It's just going to be so much nicer. You find your team ID if you go to points in the FPL, like if you're on FPL website. Click on points, and then it will be in your address bar, your team ID. Or I think if you get, I think there's another way of finding it as well, but that's how I normally find it. I think if you go to like game week history as well, I think they give you your team ID. Do they? Transfer, is it? How do they do it? I don't know. No, yeah, you get to points. That's how I do it. I go points. Yeah, I think you're like, honestly, Dale, I think my thoughts are that the bench boost is really something that you want to be using like whenever you can, like, and realistically, then you want to be taking the money out of your team, like out of the bench and putting it into your main team. So like, for example, you've got like Granit Xhaka at the 5 mil, like that could easily become Josh King at 4.5 mil. Like he's a playing 4.5 mil midfielder, probably going to score you the same amount of points as Xhaka each week, if not more. He's playing the 10 role for Fulham at the moment, Josh King, as a 4.5 mil midfielder, which is crazy. So like that's the sort of thing that like you can easily save 0.5 mil there. Like potentially you could end up downgrading a Diouf to like Bijo or Rodon at Leeds, and you've saved 1 million that you can then, you know, maybe upgrade a Strand Larson, upgrading and Dye like later on. So it just gives you that option that when you wildcard, you don't have to worry about that bench boost anymore. So like the advice I'd give to everyone, and the reason I bench boost in game week 1 is because that was the only opportunity you're going to get in the whole season to pick a team and bench boost with it. Yeah, guys, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Smash that like button if you haven't liked it. It does help for sure. Everyone raving about Mark Gui just for him to get no minutes and a better 4.5 swearing midfield, King and even Potts. Yeah, I think Mark Gui for me was like, you're not going to bench boost. Like if you're picking him, like that was my view on what, like I sometimes I don't listen to what the content creators say, but like, it didn't make sense to me. Like, I would never have bench boosted with him in my team. Like, he was like 4.5 mil fodder as a striker that maybe starts playing later in the season. and then maybe you use a bench boost if he starts playing. But looking at Sunderland after that game week 1, he's not going to get minutes after Mayenda and Isidore both scored. So yeah, I think they'll. I would bench boost this team, and then it just gives you the opportunity when you play your wild card to just take all the money out of the bench, and it gives you the opportunity to wild card early and then have big money in your team. And I'm definitely considering like a wild card in game week 4. Like, go early, pick up the upside of all the players, pick up the price points of all the players. Could be really, really profitable to get in a little bit early this season. But we'll see. We'll see how the team goes. I think you got to be a little bit reactive this year and know what to do. CR7LM10. Wow, it's been a while, mate. Great to have you back in the chat. Cap C, always good to see. You have to do it on Google or Safari and not the actual app. Oh yeah, you can't find it on the phone app. You have to be on laptop, I believe. Yeah, hopefully that helps Kaizen Project / Dale. Let me know if you got any thoughts on that. Am I an Aussie in England or vice versa? I was born in England, but I live in Australia. But I play cricket for Cyprus. I've got 3 passports. I don't know where my next passport is going to come from. Whoever gives me a international gig playing sport. I hate how there's both Mark Guay and Gui and 4.5 million. Yeah, I put this for podcast viewing as well. So if you're not seeing the screen, it's just how do I pronounce Mark? It was also Mark, isn't it? Mark Gui and Mark Guay. I think I say Guay. I think Guay is how you pronounce Guay, and Gui is the Sunderland guy. Sorry, I was just totally I was looking at. What is that? Come to Africa, is that what you said? Where are you, CR7LM10? Where are you in Africa? I don't know that flat. Isn't that like a general African flag? Yeah, cheers for that. Have Shaka for potential DC points and he can bang at times. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about Shaka. Cool. All right. So next up, I think it was Bryce, was it? Brycey, yeah. 3, 10, 20. Bryce, are you about, yeah? Cody, I'm not falling for your... Oh, that's Mauritius. Bro, I should know Mauritius. My best mate here is from Mauritius. He's probably in the chat. Nick, you in the chat, mate? You can make friends. Bro, I should have known that. I'm going to get told off for not knowing that flag. I actually might be coming out to Mauritius. I'll tell you what, CR7LM10, if you can bloody tell him to have his wedding and get on with it, so I can be best man and give a speech, that would be ideal. Because that will be my first best man speech, and I'm looking forward to that. So, and it will be in Mauritius, which will be great. Yeah, there we go. Sort your wedding out, mate. Sort your wedding out. And also, give me best man. Be a better bloke than my brother. If he joins this stream, tell him off. All right, anyway, let's get back to the real world. Brycey, you're here. Fantastic. All right, 52 game week 1. That's decent, mate. I think 52 is a decent game week 1 score. You got the captaincy pick right. This is what it's going to be like this year. I think if you don't have Salah in your team, you got to get captaincy right. Otherwise, you get ruined. No, you got Josh King at 4 points. So you're one of those teams who's got your money in your 11 here, Bryce. You got full money in the 11. For me, like Bowen is the pick that. I mean, he obviously ruined me last year with Rico and losing that bet that I lost my captaincy in game week 36, which was quite funny. But I don't know. I didn't like the look of West Ham in that first game week. But it was only one game week, so we'll see. I mean, realistically, you just go. I think you go with the same team. I'd probably go maybe Van der Ven for a Stev. One Burnley in there. Because Van der Ven's not going to get DEFCON points against City, and City are going to score. Because City just pass. So I think Esteve plays over Van der Ven. Aitnuri, fine. Attacking returns. Nico, I think, fine. Diouf, for me, comes out for Josh King. Diouf, for me... Bro, I've got not much faith in this week's 11, but I plan on rolling and then selling Wirtz and Bowen if they blank this game week. Yeah, I think you've got to roll. I think you've got to roll game week 2 just to give yourself more options. King over Diouf. Yeah. Yeah, I think I would go... Mate, Josh King's playing in the 10, man. Josh King's playing in the 10 for Fulham. But United did look good. So, I mean, that's not an easy fixture. I mean, Diouf's basically left winger, isn't he, at that West Ham side? So, yeah. I mean, no. To be honest, you can probably go Diouf and King first on the bench. So it'd be King first on the bench, Van der Ven second, Gui 3. I'd play Esteve over Van der Ven, mate. I just think you got a couple of options, right? Like Esteve, I think has a chance of getting DEFCON if Sunderland like do really well, and then he's also got the chance of getting clean sheet if Burnley can keep them out. So whereas Van der Ven, for me, he's got no unless he scores a goal, he's got no chances to points because he's not going to get DEFCON against Man City. I mean, I don't see how he's going to get DEFCON against Man City. Because they just keep passing the ball. You just don't see it. If you look at the DEFCON points scored by a lot of players last season, a majority of them were not against Man City. Like generally, Man City would not give away a lot. Like they were one of the teams that conceded the least defensive contributions against them. So I think Van der Ven just is bench for me. I think for this game week, King is better than Diouf. Yeah, look, I think that King v Diouf, go with your gut, Brycey. I think my gut might end up going King, but I like the attackers, but then I like Diouf's positioning is crazy. Like he obviously almost scored against Sunderland last week as well, if it wasn't for that block. So you could make a case for King over Nico Williams and playing Diouf as well, to be honest. But I just think there's more chance for clean sheet for Forest than for any of those other ones, and obviously clean sheet is 4 points, so. Yeah, Diouf is basically a winger. You're right. Yeah, I think go with your gut on that one, mate. Diouf v King. I'm not super fussed either way. Like super big either way on that. I'd probably go King. I don't know, mate. I actually don't know. Maybe I'd go Diouf. I think they're 50-50 cool. Go with your gut. But I'd play Esteve over Van der Ven for sure. Sanchez or Dubravka? I think if you're playing Esteve over Van der Ven, just play Sanchez. You don't want to double up on Burnley against Sunderland. I think Chelsea v West Ham was... I mean, you got Bowen up top, ain't you? You got Bowen up top. If you decide to play Diouf, then you should play Dubravka. I think is the way to go. If you want to go max upside, then you have to play Dubravka because you got Bowen up top. But if you want to go like hedge your bets a little bit, because the same thing, like you got João Pedro and Palmer as well. I think like you got João Pedro and Palmer, man. Why don't you play Why don't you play Dubravka and then play Josh King for Van der Ven and play Diouf, Nico Williams and Ait Nouri, and that gives you the most upside. And then you've got Esteve, Van der Ven, Gui on the bench. That gives you the most upside in your team, I think. Because you've got as few attack v defense as possible. But like Diouf, you're basically playing for the attacking returns. And then like if Jarrod Bowen scores, doesn't matter because you got Dubravka in goal. So bench is Esteve first, Van der Ven second, Gui third. I think that's my revised opinion for max upside. But if you want to hedge your bets, then you play Esteve, Van der Ven first on the bench. But I think maybe max upside is the way to go. Cool. Cody, you're here, mate, are ya? I know. S Fury, yep, I will get you on that list, mate. Big Ange. Cool. Code 12279. And just while I pull you up, Cody, I'm just making sure I've got everyone else on my list. Big Ange on there. Capsy is not giving me anything. CR7 LM10 start 3 Esteve, Dorgu, Murillo, Van der Ven. I think I answered that right. Dorgu, Murillo, Esteve. Joe Cole, that was who it was. Joe Cole. And who did we have? There was one more. One more recently. Just put their team ID in there. Where have you gone? Someone after Joe Cole, I'm sure, put their team in. I can't see it anymore. Oh, S Fury, yeah, that's right, mate. All right, so after this, I've got Orange Apple, Cold War, Cross, Bernie, Legendary Luke's, Geographical Term, Hillbilly, Ange, Joe Cole, S Fury. We'll get through you all, don't worry. Just bear with me. And while you're here, smash the like, subscribe down below to the channel. Be legends. If you want to skip the queue, become a member, but no necessity to do that. I will be doing a giveaway also at the end of the stream as well for members. And there is also another free-to-play fantasy football game where you can win like up to $250 a week, where I'll be giving away some free packs for as well. So a couple of giveaways if you stick around till the deadline this week. Cody, don't think I'll transfer unless it's Verbruggen to a 5.4 unless it's Verbruggen to a 4.5. Why would you move Verbruggen? I think Verbruggen's the best 4.5. I think Verbruggen's the best 4.5. Oh, he just realised he's 4.5. Yeah, I think I like Verbruggen. Unless you go Verbruggen down to Dubravka 4.0 is probably my thoughts. Looking at your team then, Cody, what are we saying for this week? At the back, are you starting Mario, Virgil, Tarko again? Richards on the bench? Oh, Anderson as well. Yeah, so I think Anderson's good for DEFCON. I think Anderson's a good pick this week. I think he's going to get some DEFCON. Verge, Maria. Wow, you gone big on the DEFCON defenders, eh? Obviously worked 71 points first week. Mo Salah, Palmer, Reindeers, Jorginho, Mata, Gyökeres, Mateta. So 4-4-2 again this week, is it? Same team. Could bench Virgil against Newcastle, you mean? Nah, Newcastle don't have any strikers, mate. Liverpool going to keep a clean sheet. It's going to be 2-0. Maybe 2-1. Newcastle Liverpool does tend to be like high scoring. Does tend to be high scoring. Kevy, going got captain. Best of luck. Good luck. Shall I end the poll on the captaincy poll so you guys can see? What was the results of that poll? Wow, it's pretty clean split. Saka, Palmer, Watkins, Gyok. I'm on Saka as well, to be honest. Done with work, had a smoke, and ready to go here till the end. Smoke of what? That's the question. Tell me, Paul. Tell me. Should do one of those streams where you just get baked on stream. That would be super funny. As a cricket superstar, are you often asked to write autographs or sign cricket gear? Only from my mates. I don't really get recognised. It's very fresh, my cricket superstardom, mate. Only last month did I become the #1 batter in the world in T20 internationals. Some good dabbing a bong. Oh yes, Foolie, let's go. I should start signing my merch. I could do some. I'll add a signature onto some merch in the merch store. If like description down below. If anybody does want to buy some merch, this is the sort of merch that I'm selling. This is like a Son Heung-min hoodie. I've got like a bunch of different teams, celebs, t-shirts, hoodies, cups, mugs, hats, etc. And like if you want something specifically, just ask me. I can get it made for you. I can get them custom made for you. But I think this one's quite cool. This is in the way. Should I hit the wildcard button? No, don't hit the wildcard button. Put that bong down, mate. Put that bong down. You got to keep you away from your computer now, Paul. You're too chill. You're going to be like, yeah, man, I just transfer Salah out for Gakpo. He'll be all right. I mean, that's not the worst transfer in the world. Josh King in for Salah. He's playing the 10 role. Sandri. Hi, which player has the best prime of a Premier League season for you? Not FPL related. I mean, Salah last year is probably... Thierry Henry... okay. It's like, what are we saying? Like, best overall season or best, like, peak performance? Do we have a favourite AFL NRL team? I do. AFL, I'm just a Swans fan because they were the first team I saw when I moved to Oz. Plus, there's like not that many fun Sydney teams to watch. NRL, my local team is the Bulldogs, so currently I'm supporting them, but don't tell my boss who's a Roosters fan because I tell him I'm a Roosters fan. Suarez 2013, that was an unreal season. Mate, Thierry Henry, I've never seen someone that good. Thierry Henry was sensational. I did like your Walking, like the Cunha shout. I do think I'll bring Cunha. Yeah, I think Cunha will be on my free hit in 3. Sorry, Cody, mate. I just sort of started chatting away and just stopped talking about your team. Do you think you're going 4-4-2 then? Because I think if you go 4-4-2 with this team, Cody, I would play Verbruggen over Sanchez this week, to be honest. I'd play like Verbruggen versus Everton. Almost like very keen for that clean sheet. Eric Cantona also, one of his seasons for United. I mean, that's getting back a bit, like even sort of my time. You grew up early 2000s football, and I just remember being feared by Henry. Yeah, I agree. I just remember watching Arsenal like, oh my God. Have you had a look at Supercoach EPL? No, but you should look at Game Day Squad because that's what I'm going to show you guys later. It's pretty good. And like you can win money on it and it's free to play. You win like maybe it's weekly wins as well. I almost won $100 this week. I came 13th and if I had won that league, I would have won $100 that week. Hadn't thought about that. Yeah, I think Verbruggen I'd play in goal, mate. I'm pretty backing Brighton clean sheet this week, and I'd say I'll probably back it over Chelsea. I like play against Everton as well, like very poor offensively. I'm really enjoying playing club. You want a Raptors squad. Honestly, check out Game Day Squad. It's very good. Like, it's not too dissimilar to club. But I think the prizes are just way better. Like the fact, like this is basically what, like, you can win all of it, and like, there's not that many people that play this. Like, there's maybe like 500 people that are playing, or maybe not, maybe like 1,000 people that are playing, but like 500 people that actually like know what they're doing. Like, and all the point scoring is basically the same as FPL. So it doesn't take much different knowledge. Like, this is the point scoring. It's basically the same thing. Yeah, I'll show you my Game Day Squad later. It's like a cards-based game. I'll go through this a bit later. But yeah, if you do sign up, use my promo code FPLTA, the English Aussie, FPLT, and you'll get like a bunch of free packs, which will really definitely help you in the game. Anyway, let's get back to real life, and we'll talk about that like post deadline. Let's get through everybody's teams, because I know that's what you're really here for, not listening to me spout rubbish. You might have to give us a demo. We've got a bunch of cards. Yeah, I'll give a demo later. If you guys stick around to the end, or till I get through everybody's teams and nobody else is here giving me teams, which could happen. But yeah, so what do you think, Cody, for your team? You think, like, I'm thinking Verbruggen. So I'm thinking your bench is Sanchez and the same three that are on here now. Thiago, Richards, Arias. Probably Richards first on bench. Where to post your team if you want it rated? Just team ID in the chat, Kevy. Team ID in the chat. When are you wildcarding? Do you think I'm gonna free hit 3, wildcard 4 most likely? Like I've said all season, like all preseason, like the first 6 to 8 game weeks is where the most variance is in FPL before it gets to the stage where like templates become more obvious, and that's natural because you've got more information, you understand the tactical intricacies and how the managers set up each week and how they're going to set their teams up each week, like how they tweak stuff against different teams as well. I mean, like, not everyone understands that, but I'll try and give you guys that information weekly once it becomes a bit more obvious. So I expect teams to become slightly more template because just picks become more obvious. So like, that's totally understandable. And then like, you've only got like a few players that you're sort of going against the grain and trying to make up ground. So those first 6 to 8 game weeks, I want to attack as much as possible. Like, that's why I want to play like bench boost, free hit, wildcard. And if I can get that wildcard in at a time where I feel I know what the best team is, that'd be great. If that is game week 4, it will be. But if I don't have the knowledge by then, I will push it back a little bit, but I'd like to play a game week 4 if I feel comfortable with what I know. I'm holding my transfers to after wildcard, yeah. So I'm going to have 2 free transfers after wildcard. If I get it wrong, get it wrong. Hey, Josiah, also. Nice to see you, bro. Cody, are you cool with that team? Do you want me to... can I crack on through others? And you've got a few to get through before you, mate. I've got 6 or 7. So I'm gonna get on with it and stop chatting shit with everybody. As much as I love that, we'll get back to chatting shit. Orange Apple, you here, mate? If you're here... Yeah, I agree, S Fury. I don't think the bench boost chip is worth planning too much around. That's why I played it in game week 1, because I just thought it was the only week that you're ever going to get a chance to pick 15 players and bench boost. All right, perfect. All right, Alex, finally, I now know your name. I had forgotten. I've just been calling you Orange Apple. Kevy, I'll add you to the list, mate, and I'll have a check. You've been doxed. GG. All right, look at your team here. Ooh, you got a few nice ones. So, Mario, Nico. I'd play Anderson. Again, like I said, I think he's got good potential for the DEFCON. And I think I'd I think your pick between Diouf and Nico. I'd say Diouf probably has a little bit more chance getting attacking returns. Nico probably has a little bit more on the clean sheet. But I'd probably play Anderson over whichever one of them I didn't like as much. Sanchez in goal. Wirtz, Palmer, Saka, Bruno. Yeah. João Pedro, Watkins, Ekitike. Yeah, so King first or second on your bench, and then Diouf or Nico first or second, and then Rodon third. My captain ended up with Saka, so I guess I would advise going Saka because that's where I landed. But I think Ekitike is nice and is my vice. I think Watkins never goes well for me as captain, so I sort of didn't want to go for him. I just felt like I looked at it like this. I looked at it like Palmer sort of has everything you want, but if he plays in that left 10, I'm not sure that he scores points as well. Saka has the main man, but he's not on pens, but he's got a great fixture. Ekitike has a tough fixture, but is involved in everything and looks fantastic and plays for the best attack of these teams. And then Watkins, not on pens, plays for a good attack, but were quite stifled last week, and has a nice fixture, but not a great fixture. So I just didn't end up. I mean, it's a good fixture, Brentford, but I just didn't feel like Watkins was the one. For me, it was sort of Saka, Ekitike, Palmer, and it will upset me if Palmer smashes it because he feels like the one where there's a really big upside, the greatest upside, but it just feels so low likelihood that I just thought Saka had a better likelihood of returning. Just everything runs through him. Yeah, if you're a Haaland owner, I'd be laughing this week. I think he's the best captaincy pick. So, yeah, I mean, looking back now, maybe my draft should have been a Haaland draft. But yeah, I guess it was just spreading the fronts. Sam Miller, yeah, add you to the list, mate. No worries. Cross, I've got Rodon on the bench thinking of subbing him out for Tarko or Milenkovic. Subbing Rodon out? I was in making a transfer. Yeah, I'd probably go sack captain. OA. Hopefully that helps, mate. I'll move. Cold War, are you here? Are you in the chat? Cold War, Cross. Cross, you are here. I know you're here. Gyökeres captain was another shout for me as well, to be honest, because he's as they've said, or I don't know if you guys have seen, but I put in my members WhatsApp chat, in the one of the Swedish presenters, he said that Gyökeres is going to be on pens. Apparently he's in the know. Thomas, 40 points game week 1. Tough week. Verbruggen in goal, nice. I think he's got a good fixture this week. I'd stick with him. That's all right, mate. Definitely can come back. It's not all is lost here for sure. Pedro Porro, Nico Williams. I'd probably go Dorgu over Diouf, or even I think Nico v Diouf is the decision that you've got to make this week. I have both, and I went Nico Williams, but I think that's definitely a decision to make. Minutes though for Gyökeres. Yeah, the thing is that Havertz is out injured, so I'm guessing Gyökeres probably gets 75, maybe 80 at a push, possibly 90, but I think he gets 75 this week, and then Marino comes on for the last 15, or Gyökeres gets full 90. But I think if they're 3-4-0 up, he just comes off for Marino. Keep his fitness. Yeah, so I think Diouf versus Nico Williams is your back defender pick. Do you consider a Stev in there? Yeah, I think Dorgu should definitely start. I think Pedro Porro should definitely start. And then Nico Diouf for Stev. I'd probably guess Stev. He's got DEFCON and clean sheet possibilities. It's a bit wild. Bit left wing. Whoa. Did you send one FPL English? David Storm. You have a membership courtesy of Paul. Thank you, Paul. What a legend. David, are you here, mate? Are you in the chat? You are the latest member of the chat. Latest member of TEA. Let's bet that Pedro will score today or not. I'm actually, I could be up for that, Rico. I could be up for that, mate. What's the bet? What tool am I using? This is FPL GameWeek.com. It's just easy to see everybody's teams. He's 50-something game week 1. Yeah, 59 game week 1 Gyökeres got. But Havertz came on for him then. Whereas Havertz is now out with an injury. So I think he gets more minutes this week, Cody. Midfield, Cold War, Thomas, sorry. Salah, Wirtz, Palmer, Saka. I don't like Dewsbury Hall at all. I think I'd actually just bench Dewsbury Hall. I'd play 4 at the back, and I'd play Porro, Dorgu, Estev, and one of Nico or Diouf. I'd much rather that than have Kieran Dewsbury Hall. I hate this Dewsbury Hall pick. I don't think it's good at all. So I'd bench Dewsbury Hall. He'd be second on my bench. Diouf or Nico Williams first on my bench, and Gui third on the bench. That would be my teammate. If he scores, I pick when you use your triple captain, and if he doesn't, you get to pick mine. Mate, that is... Are you going to do me dirty? I'm sort of like... That's quite funny. I'll tell you what, do you get to pick what week I use it? Rather than who I use it on? Is that what you're saying? You're like, this week you have to use it. Yeah, what week? But I can still pick who I use it on. No, I don't. I'm sorry. That's a bit better for me. That's a bit better for me. I'm sort of down for that. I'm sort of down for that. Give me like a few minutes on the stream to think about that. I'll come back to you on that. I might do that. I might take that bet. Cold War, yeah, I think, yeah, Dewsbury Hall over Reindeer. That's tough, mate. Yeah, but I think that's what you should do with your team, mate. If you're happy with that, I'll jump onwards to Cross. Pedro and Palmer will cook tonight. He probably will, but it's good fun, you know. I quite like making bets on the stream with people, especially Rico. Well, only Rico, really. Cool. Nice one, Tom. Hopefully that goes well for you this week, mate. Cross Mem, what are we saying? 57. Great first week, mate. Great first week. Run a poll. What's the poll, Bryce? What week to triple captain? 1 to 5, 5 to 10, something like that. 1 to 4. Cross, have you got any thoughts? Let's have a look through. Who is Pond? Yeah, you missed me before game week 1, man. I'd have given you some good advice on getting in Josh King and a nicer 4 mil defender. But really, like, now you're kind of stuck with your starting 11. Just stays your starting 11, I think, because I wouldn't play Rodon against Arsenal. Yeah, I mean, your back three's nice. Baliba's nice. Odegaard could be someone that you move to Cunha at some point. Palmer, yeah. João Pedro, Gyökeres, Haaland, Captain Haaland. Nah, I'd play your starting defenders, mate. I think Milenkovic has good goal threat for Nottingham Forest. He's big in the air. He is big in the air. I mean, I actually think Palace are quite good at defending set pieces in general. And they have tall defenders as well. So Milenkovic is up against difficult guys. But also, I think he has that potential for a clean sheet as well. So I just wouldn't move him because Palace without Eze, a little bit little bit weakened defensively. So I think you got like Virgil, Milenkovic, Tarkowski all have the potential for like slight potential for clean sheet, whereas I just think Rodon v Arsenal is just there's no chance. So there's just more routes to potential points for Virgil, Milenkovic, and Tarko. So I think you stick with the same team, mate. I think captaining Haaland for game week 2 for your team's no brainer as well, mate. I mean, you got a chance like maybe Gyökeres, but I think I'd just go Haaland. City looked good. City looked good. Yeah, hindsight, Haaland would have been nice. But it didn't give me the nicest bench boost. I think that was my problem. But Haaland will be in my team next week. I'm free hitting next week. He'll be in, and then he'll probably be in on wildcard 4 as well. I think I'll have a Haaland Salah double wildcard. Who's everyone captaining today? Well, the poll was Saka, but that was without Salah and Haaland. Fares, what's up, mate? How are ya? Good to see ya. Crosses out. He scored 7 goals in 4 opening games of FPL. Also, he always scores against Wolves. Like Wolves was his highest scoring fixture before. Rico, you're going with Salah capping? Yeah, I mean, if you don't have Haaland, I'd go Salah as well, probably. Hard to go against Salah. Does that help, Cross? Is that all good, mate? I think pretty easy for you. Bernie, are you about? Or Legendary Lukes? Are either of you guys in the chat here? Llewellyn Absalom. Yes, mate. I'll add you to the list and I will get to your team shortly. Just got a few to get through before you. So just stick around for a bit, mate. Liverpool v Newcastle's crazy winner gets Isaac. That should actually be a thing. Bernie, you're here. Nice one, mate. Let's pull your team up. And then Legendary Lukes, if you're here, you'd be next. And then geographical term. Bjorn, my man. Did you win your mini league in the end last year, Bjorn? I feel like we were really close. I can't remember if you won it just or you finished second just. But I remember we had like this really good push towards the end of the season. We almost got there. I don't think Tottenham were amazing on defense, mate. I don't think they were amazing on defense. Burnley had some chances against them, man. And like Thomas Frank is not well renowned for having great defense. He's obviously a Brentford manager. They conceded a lot of chances. You won it, yeah. Nice one, mate. Nice one. Congrats. You got second in my mini league. I was taking 144 points in it, so you better bloody win this year, mate. I'm gonna give you some good advice. Don't take 144 points. I've secretly got a second team that is trying to lose FPL this season. I actually saw like quite a good FPL Focal video, which I thought was quite funny, so I decided to make a team. It was pretty easy, to be honest. I'm definitely gonna lose FPL. There's no way I'm gonna score a point. My entire team is people that have left the league already. All right, Bjorn, what are we saying here? I think Dorgu in for Nico. I think Dorgu in for Nico. Wirtz and Dye, Salah, Palmer, Rangers, Watkins, Ekatike. What do you think, Bill? I think I'd probably go Dorgu in for Nico. And then Nico, Reynildo, Gui as my bench 3. And then leave the rest the same. Cap Salah. Thoughts? So you're taking minus 64 points hit every... I'm saying minus 80. I do 20 transfers a week. Oh no, minus 76 or minus 80? I think one's free, isn't it? Yeah. I'm doing that this year. That's what I'm doing. And if it gets to game week 38... I mean, I don't know. I feel it's hard to find a -1. I should have just tried to get a -1 in game week 1. Yeah, guys, smash that like button if you are in the stream now. Please try and boost those likes on the stream. Get it out to more people. I took -4 last year. Didn't cost me that much. It was a bad -4. Oh, no, it was a good -4. I took a good -4 last year. I think it was like my only -4. Ruben Vandenberg. Currently struggling to figure out which 3 defenders to play this week. What ones have you got? I think Bjorn, I'd play Porro against City just because I think his attacking potential is so high, and I think he could cause problems for City. Like, I'm not against playing Nico Williams over Porro, but I think Dorgu and Anderson for me, I'd play for sure. I mean, Reynildo beat Burnley. He's also like, all your defenders are sort of like, you could go for them. Decision between Porro, Mario, Steve, Diouf, Toko. It's like, Ruben, mate, that's like the big decision that's been on this stream today. Like, there's no easy pick for these defenders this week. I think De Kuyper I'd go for. I like Brighton. I think going to keep a clean sheet this week. I'd definitely go De Kuyper. Abdullah, like, definitely go. I wouldn't have second thoughts about going De Kuyper. I think versus Everton, like, that's big, like, clean sheet potential. I think Brighton are like decent. Start Pedro Porro or Diouf. I think Pedro Porro is better attacking chances than Diouf. I mean, it's a big call, but I think so. I think I like Pedro Porro even against City. I do think he can cause damage down that left-hand side. Yeah, Verbruggen's my starting goalie this week as well. Ruben, I'm getting... Yeah. I mean, Mario, yeah, I like that. I'd potentially go Tarko over Estev. But, I mean, both is fine. Yeah, I thought Porro and Kiedis were really good. Williams first bench? Yeah, Williams first bench. I think Williams, Reynildo, Gui. I mean, even Williams, Reynildo, I think is close. But Reynildo is not attacking whatsoever, FYI, as a fullback for Sunderland. Like, 0 attacking output. He's got like 3 assists in like 156 games in his career. Legendary Lukes or Geographical Term, are either of you in the chat? Because you will be up next, so let me know. If not, I will move on to Hillbilly, if you're here. So any of those 3, if you're in the chat, leave a comment now, and you'll be the next team up. No worries, Bjorn. I hope that helps, mate. I think that is a difficult decision with your defenders, so I just go Porro on a few interesting stats. Like, I just had a lot of interesting stats for him. Yeah, I'm probably wildcarding in 4 as well. I'm free hitting in 3, and I'm gonna have 2 free transfers then after the wildcard. All right, Hillbilly, let's pull you up then, mate. Legendary Lukes or Geographical Term. If either of you pop back, just let me know. All right, Will Sanchez, Porro, 8 Nori. Your team's nice, bro. Your team's nice. This is a nice team. Palmer Wirtz, Bruno, Rogers, Reindeers. Do you know, best compliment for a team looks over budget, and this team looks over budget, which just means it's a good team. Oh, you got 72 in game week 1 as well. That's dope, bro. That was a great start from you. Great start from you. I don't think you've got any changes to make, mate. I think your decision is probably Estev versus Nico. Yeah, I mean, everyone should have listened to me when I said pick Ekatike. I watched like all of Liverpool's. I'm a Liverpool fan, so I feel like I'm quite good at Liverpool picks. And my Palace picks are normally all right, but that's only because my brother's a Palace fan. He goes to all the games. Capsy, like you gave me like 700 options. To be honest, mate, I was just going with what your team looked like. I can't pick your teams for you. If I picked your team for you, I'd say pick the same team I pick. If you want me to pick you the team that I think it should be, but I like to give you options for your teams, right? I think Sunderland better chance for clean sheet. Yeah, I mean, if you think that, you just go Reynildo. You just put him in instead of Nico Williams. Yeah, I think that's fine, man. I think the defensive ones are a bit of a toss up this week, so I think you got to go with your gut on who you think is going to keep that clean sheet. I think that's good. I think Will, like, I think your team's real nice, man. I think if you can roll that transfer this week, consider a free hit in game week 3. Honestly, guys, consider a free hit because the fixture swing, like Arsenal obviously play Liverpool, so that's one big difference. If you're not on a Haaland draft, I think consider the free. I think if you're on a Haaland draft, you're generally all right. So I think like this team, you're probably fine. You just got like Wirtz in there that not a big deal. But then like if you're not on a Haaland draft, I'd say free hit game week 3 looks nice, and wildcard game week 4 definitely has a lot of potential if you want to get into Mo Salah for Burnley. And I think if you wildcard in 4, you could definitely go to like Haaland Salah draft together. And like there are so many nice like 5.5 mil, 5.5 mil Reinders, 5.5 mil Harry Wilson, 5.5 mil Anderson, 4.5 mil Josh Kidd. Like you got so much options. By the way, I made up my FPL name. It's 100,000% original. Capsy. I'm worried to look at your FPL name, mate. All right. Well, hopefully that helps, mate. Let me know if you're not comfortable yet. Happy to continue discussing. Otherwise, I'll keep going through. Ange. Where are you, Luca? Are you here? Luca, Joe Cole, S Fury, you're the next 3. So if any of you are here, let me know in the chat. And I will pull you guys up. How am I not in here? Interesting. S Fury, you're in there. Surprised Luca's not here. He's normally sticking around. Hi, brother. What do you think of captaining Semenyo, Flexo FF? I don't think you should captain Semenyo. It's a personal opinion of mine that I think Semenyo is a really, really bad finisher. He obviously started like with the second goal was a great goal against Liverpool. So like maybe he's worked on his finishing in the off season, has come back as a better finisher. If so, I think he'll be a good FPL player. If no, I just can't have him in my team. Like I can't bring him in. So like if you think potentially his finishing's got a bit better, it's a great fixture. Like that Bournemouth fixture is a really good fixture. But my personal opinion on Semenyo is like nah. So I wouldn't be going with him. Okay, S Fury, I will pull you up. 130, 901. Luca, Joe Cole, just let me know if you're here. I'll pull you up after. Oh, Joe Cole, you're here. Yeah, I'll pull you up after this, Joe Cole, just since I've already started on S Fury. Sorry, mate. Sometimes I hate about you is I wait 45 minutes for you to review my team. You says good and ask me who I want. With that logic, I may not ask you, but now you're Yeah, mate, what do you want, man? If you want to skip the queue, become a member. I told you, man. I can't help you. I'm trying to help everybody. You also messaged me like 25 times during the week where I give you opinions as well, Capsy. So come on, bro. Give me a break. You're not that far away. I got Luca, Joe Cole, S Fury, Kevy, Llewellyn, Lewin, and you. Kevin, Lewin, and you. I know you're only joking. You're always giving me shit. That's what you're here for. And you're just my biggest troll / fan. How long would that take? I don't know, mate. If it's you, then I'm gonna I'll take a bit longer. I'll definitely be going slow. Take my time with everyone's team. Nah, I don't know, mate. It probably won't be that long. Stick around in the chat. You always have a good time here. All right. Hey, Isaac. What's up, bro? Thanks for joining. Another member in the chat. Sam, looking at this team, mate, I'm not scared by the defense. I think like Hartman was a decent pick. Dorgu's a good pick. I understand Van der Ven, but I don't like it as a pick. Yeah, do you have your team ID, Isaac? Isaac. Did I just say Isaac? I've been talking about Alexander Isaac too long. Isaac. 3394. Wow, early ID. Yeah, I'll pull you up next, Isaac. Yeah, 6 points but 500k rank difference. Yeah, it's crazy. The difference is wild. Yeah, okay. So this week the defense is tough for you. I think you go Wamby for the attacking potential, Dorgu for the attacking potential, Hartman versus Sunderland. Hope for a Burnley cleanie. Sanchez in goal. Palmer, Fernandez, Reindeers, Wirtz. Sarr is a nice pick. I like Sarr. Haaland, Cap, Watkins. Yeah, I think you're in a perfect position where you roll Frimpong on the bench and then you can take money out of him and upgrade elsewhere in game week 3, depending on how you feel about your team then. I would say Wamby, Dorgu, Hartman. I'd probably start with Van der Ven first on the bench. Thinking of starting Hartman. Yeah, that's I agree. I would think you'd start Hartman. Isaac, I went for a higher ID, so I could be happy even if I don't get a good rank this year. Yeah, just tell people your ID and not your rank. Just be like, whoops, wrong one. 3394. You got to try and come higher than your rank. That should be everyone's goal for the year. Come higher than your rank. Come higher than your ID. Put that as your goal. That'd be good for me. I think I'm like 13,000. That's actually probably my goal. 15,000 or something. My ID. Any transfer suggestions for upcoming game weeks? Yeah, I think you get downgrade Frimpong. I think he'd probably be nice going down to maybe like I think the Palace upcoming fixtures are quite. Let me have a look at my defensive schedule. My defensive fixture tracker. I mean, I can even pull it up on the screen for you guys. So maybe it's helpful to show. That's my like defensive planner. So like over these sort of weeks, like Arsenal was nice from 7, but you don't really want to be going into them in like 3-4. But around 3-4, you probably got like Palace look pretty nice. Sunderland, West Ham, Everton, Bournemouth. Like that's quite nice going through to game week 8. If you're thinking of wildcarding in 7, like Palace are real nice. If you do wildcard in like 7 or 8 to then go into those Arsenal fixtures, I think Palace is nice. So you could go maybe Frimpong to a Munoz or even Frimpong to Lacroix would be quite nice. I think Lacroix looks like he's going to keep picking up those DEFCON points as well. So if Palace looks solid at the back this week again, that's something you could potentially consider next week. Other otherwise defensive. I still like the Nottingham Forest defence. Let's see how they go again this week. Like, they've got some nice fixtures leading up to game week 7 as well. And then, so if you're wildcarding 7 into Arsenal's fixtures, then you've got like Forest v West Ham, Arsenal, Burnley and Sunderland. So they've got like 3 pretty trash teams in the next 4 weeks. So obviously, like, depends on when you're wildcarding, but yeah, those would probably be my 2 options for defenders. I'd go either into like a Mario Milenkovic Nico or into a Munoz Lacroix. And then I think that sort of then if we look at the rest of your team, like, oh yeah, subscribe, like the channel, everybody. Yeah, please hit that like button as well, guys, if you're already subscribed. Yeah, so then I think it just depends how your team goes this week. Like, who would you look at upgrading? Like, maybe you'd move Saar up. You don't have any money in the bank, so yeah, I don't think you could quite get to a Cunha unless you went like Frimpong all the way down to a 4.5, which I probably wouldn't go for with your team. It'd be nice to have one sort of premium defender. Yeah, even Everton as well. Tarkovsky could be nice there. So I think, yeah, Frimpong down to a 5.5 or a 5. Maybe you'd want to upgrade a Saar up to like a Rodgers or a 7.5 to maybe a Gakpo. Definitely potential, especially considering you don't have Salah. Double Liverpool's quite nice. So those are probably my thoughts. Those are probably where like what I'd consider. But I think see how your team goes this week. Could go Cunha to Wirtz, but no, Liverpool seems way too. Yeah, you should have some Liverpool in there. For sure. We're one of the best defences in the league. Wirtz. Yeah, I know you meant Wirtz Cunha. Yeah, like if I picked now, I would have Gakpo, Ekitike, and Cunha. And Haaland. If I could get them all in. I'd love Salah too. I think 2 Liverpool is what you want. Will John Arias start, yes or no? I never got to see the Wolves press conference, actually, but why don't I just have a quick flick over? That was the one that hadn't come up when I started the stream yet. I think Wolves and Fulham I hadn't seen. I would say no based off last week. I was really surprised that he didn't, though. Yeah, I don't not. He's not like not available, right? Like he played some minutes last week. He just didn't start. So my guess would be no. If you have him, I wouldn't start him in your team. Frimpong to Munoz could be tasty. Yeah, I think that's nice, Sam. Start Anderson over Diouf. I think so. No problems, S Fury. Hope that helps, mate. Make sure you give us a like and a subscribe if it was helpful. All right, Isaac, what are we saying, mate? Defensive line. Yeah, this is the sort of same discussions that everyone's been having, I think. You had the same sort of defenders that it's all a bit of a toss-up, in my opinion. What I would say is I think I would play one of Dubravka or Stev. Just depends which one you fancy. You've got that chance for that clean sheet. So if you think that Burnley are more likely to keep one against Sunderland or Chelsea are more likely to keep one against West Ham, and then your other defensive option is basically like, I think Pedro Porro, Dorgu, Milenkovic. Yeah, I think Dubravka versus Sanchez is your call. I think Pedro Porro, Dorgu, Milenkovic is probably my clear favourites for the back three. I thought Man United looked really good. I thought Dorgu looked really nice as well. Reinders, Palmer, Wirtz, Rodgers, Salah, Watkins, João Pedro, like they're not going to move, right? So it's just the back three. I think I would do Sanchez to Dubravka. Porro versus Esteve. I think Porro is better than Esteve. I wouldn't go double Burnley. I think if you're going to go one Burnley, I'd go Sanchez to Dubravka. Dorgu Milenkovic pre-locked. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think you could. I think you could go either way on Sanchez Dubravka. I would go Porro over Esteve though. I think the attacking potential for Porro is really nice. Set pieces, crosses. I think all of those can cause problems for City. Getting up like that linkage with Kudus is really nice. I do think the clean sheet is a problem though. I think City will score. I think City will for sure score. But I just think there's a lot of great things that Pedro Porro has been doing this year. And especially with Thomas Frank, the way he gets his wing backs to fly up as well. Yeah, it could be real nice. Jan, hey man. Thoughts on Statch, potential DEFCON monster who looked also with some offensive potential against Everton. Yeah, I'm not sure he'll have the same amount to do against Arsenal. I think for me it would be a wait and see on him. I think in that midfield against a team that has a lot of the ball, I'm not sure. But I think Leeds have been pressing super high and trying to win the ball in the opposition half. Like that last week, that was one of the stats that stood out to me, that they were a team that probably pressed the highest and got the most recoveries in the opponent's half of the whole Premier League. My thoughts on the United Arsenal game, I thought United looked like so good. Like I thought Cunha and Bumo Fernandes looked so good. I thought when Sesko came on, they actually, it wasn't as good, but I think he should improve that United attack. I think Arsenal looked a bit out of sorts. I don't expect them to be the same this week. I think Declan Rice didn't have a very good game, and that had a big impact because the control that they normally have over the middle of the field wasn't quite there. I think they were surprised by the amount of running United did in the middle. I think Mbumo, Cunha, Fernandes, all of those guys showed a lot of legs. Dorgu as well, like very, very good. Put Arsenal under a lot of pressure. I expect Arsenal to make some changes and come out a lot better this week. Fernandes disappointed you? Is there any chance of Bruno's getting off pens to Cunha or Bumo? Zero chance. Bruno will be on all free kicks, all pens. Zero. I also thought Bruno played well. I kind of disagree. I thought Bruno had a good game. I thought all of that United midfield had a really good game. I thought Cunha was the standout for me. Looked exceptional. The progressive carries, the way he carried the ball, his weight of pass, the positions that he picked up, exceptional. Yet Mason Mount, all of that Man United midfield had a good game. I was very impressed by Man United. We'll see how they go this week. I'm quite big on them. And also they just got the ball into the box whenever they could. Got the ball into the box. And with Sesko, I think that'll be good. I'm a Liverpool fan. Shouldn't be saying these good things about United. No, I'm very I'm not a salty fan or like a biased fan, to be honest. I'm pretty straight down the line. I don't think he played that deep, man. Honestly, he didn't give you attacking return, but I think Bruno is where he is positionally defensively is not where he is positionally offensively. He gets up the pitch. He does get up the pitch. So, yeah, I think next week Man United assets become a thing. So let's see how they go this week. I'm very interested to see them play against Fulham. I think it'll be a good game. Two teams that actually look like they're in decent form. Fulham just maybe don't have a lot of depth. I think they might struggle this season with that. Okay, Joe Cole. Ange, i.e. Luca. Legendary Luke's geographical term. Any of you guys here? Joe Cole, I think you're here, yeah? If you're here, I'm going to put your team up because I think you probably are. And then just let me know in the chat. Otherwise, Kevy, Lewin, either of you guys here. Joe Cole. No, Llewellyn, you're still here, mate. You are. It's Joe Cole now, and then Kevy, and then you. But Kevy's not. I think Kevy's around somewhere. I also don't mind spending points on transfers. 45 first week. Kelleher, Areola, you made the same mistake I did. Bench boost would have actually worked out quite nicely for you. Hey, Kev. All right. Yeah, so it's Kevin and Llewellyn next two. So just bear with me as I get through these ones. We still got 2 hours to the deadline, so we got plenty of time. I'll even go through your game day squad for you guys a little bit. It's another fantasy football game with better prizes. You can actually win quite a lot of money. I almost won $100 this week playing the game. It's basically exactly the same as FPL as well. So it's quite intuitive. Probably cap Cunha next week. You don't want to try some transfers. Yeah, well, your team is probably one where I would say you might potentially consider a transfer. Burge, Mario, Tarkowski, I think is pretty locked at the back. Kelleher in goal for Brentford. Not ideal, but I wouldn't use a transfer on the goalie. You could definitely be someone that might need an early wild card. Because you got Areola as the second 4.5 and you didn't bench boost last week, which to me, like, if I had that as I'm not being a prick, or I'm not trying to be a prick. Maybe I will come across as a prick, but I think if I had 2 4.5 mil goalies, I'd probably would have been looking to play bench boost game week 1. He had actually a decent bench as well to play it. So on your wildcard, I recommend just downgrading one of those 4.5 mils to Dubravka at 4.0. Solanke, Thomas Frank basically said Richarlison's my main number 9 at the moment, so he's not going to start again this week. So again, that means Solanke would drop down to your bench here, and you'd be looking at starting Thiago against Villa, which is not ideal, but I know they're missing Conser, but it's not really ideal. Nah, bro, Harry Wilson's a gun, bro. Harry Wilson ain't getting replaced. Harry Wilson's been so sick for Fulham. He's on corners, set pieces. He scored like 5 goals in pre-season. He was sick at the end of last year as well. Harry Wilson's not getting replaced. He's actually a gun. Oh, he's actually a gun. He tried to play bench. He's missed the deadline. Damn, man. That's unlucky. Yeah, so I think now you're in a place where Solanke probably needs to move. Because it's a bit painful. But you could get away with playing Thiago this week. But you also got 7.5 mils, like a nice amount of money. You could easily go to like a Mateta. You could go down to a Strand Larson. Where does that 1 mil then get you? Yeah, then you got 1 mil you can play around with. Yeah, I'd probably make a transfer on Solanke. And your 7.5 mils. Let's have a look. 7.5 mil strikers. I think Mateta is like. You got Richarlison as well, to be honest. Yeah, I wouldn't go to him though, because you'd probably end up having the same problem. You've already got João Pedro, haven't you? Yeah, I think Strand Larson, Evan Nilsson at 7, Strand Larson at 6.5, Mateta at 7.5. those are the ones you're looking at. And the punt is Sesko at 7.5. My favourite captain is Haaland. My second favourite captain is Salah. My third favourite captain is... It's very hard, but I landed on Saka. But I think, yeah, I landed on Saka. But hey, Lindsay, how are you, mate? Saiyans Dragon Ball Z, my favourite thing, bro. Kelleher or Vicario, I would be going... I'd be going Kelleher because Man City are going to score. I'll add your team to the list, bro. Are you actually a Dragon Ball Z fan? So I'm a massive Dragon Ball fan. I've even got the painting. I don't know the painting in this room, but it's downstairs. Yeah, team IDs this week, Lindsay, mate. Can't afford Wood. He's 7.6 now, isn't he? Yeah. Wood's a beast, bro. Wood is like the FPL killer. He just destroys everyone. Yeah, it would, like, I think Mateta, Strand, Larson, Sesko, or who's the other one? I said Evan Nilsson. I think fixtures wise, Evan Nilsson's probably the best pick over the next 5 games. Ali, Yahoo, man, what's up? How are you, bro? Haven't seen you for a while. Hope all's well. Man City going to score, but Vicario would save more. I don't know, man. I would go Kelleher. At least you got a chance of a clean sheet. Cap, 2 more before you, mate. And probably Lindsay when he posts his team ID. JC, I'm good, love the videos. Thanks, Ali, bro. To be honest, I prefer the live streams. Like, the videos are painful making it while I'm working a proper job and trying to train for cricket and stuff. And now, at the moment, I'm trying to recover from pulling my groin on tour. But, yeah, all good, man. I want to try and get good videos out for you that actually are helpful. Like, I do feel like there's a lot of spam that content creators put out, and sometimes I see the video, I'm like, come on, man, like, you don't really believe that this is something that needs to be discussed. But yeah, I understand why they do it. Like, they need to put them out for livelihood. So maybe I'll get there one day and I'll just be posting lots of shit, and you guys can comment and be like, you told me you wouldn't do this. Are we doing bet? João Pedro to score? Yeah, so your bet was João Pedro scores. You choose the week of my triple captain. João Pedro doesn't score, you become member of my channel for the year. That was my counter bet last year. I want to go for it again. I don't care about picking your triple captain. I'd like to have you as a member. You want to make that bet? Team ID 4981943. Legend Rico. All right, bet. I'll put it in chat. All right, so JP scores. Rico gets to pick what week I play my triple captain. JP doesn't score. He becomes a member for the year of the channel. No worries, Joe Cole. Hope that helps, bro. Yeah, Saiyans, I've added you. So many clickbaiters. Yeah, I know. So bad. I don't understand how some people get put in the homepage, bro. Honestly, like, some new people, they're so bad, the content. Like, obviously, the OGs are great. Like, I think Focal does some awesome, like, different videos. Andy's obviously the OG, and Harry just, like, is actually good at FPL. And everybody else is just like, whatever. There's just no point listening to most of them. So I like, what's it? The guy that does FPL what? Sometimes there are some good videos, but like above average FPL do some really good ones sometimes. Who else does some good ones? I quite like Fran's cheat sheet. And I like FPL Makes 100 Experts video. Like those videos that I actually think add decent value. Everything else, like I don't like. I appreciate all the work that everyone puts in. Let me put it that way, because it does take a lot of effort to record, edit, make the graphics for all these videos. I know that most of these guys that are doing it full time probably don't do that themselves, except for Focal. But it takes a lot of fucking time. Excuse my French. Gaza, what's up? Oh, sorry, Lindsay, you're here, and then Kevy. Sorry, mate. How are you, Gary? Good morning. Yes, that is right. It is 1:30 a.m. over here. Is there a mini league I can join? Yeah, it should come up on the screen in a second. It will have the code to my mini league. It'll on the bottom left of the screen. There's some stuff that's coming up along the bottom. You guys should join Game Day Squad as well. And put my promo code in for some additional packs. Gives you a good chance to win, like, they're weekly prizes. You can win like $250 every week. Basically the same. Planet FPL is great for something a bit different. No comment. Sometimes. If I'm honest, I don't love what they do, but I can't hate on any content creators really, because it does take a lot of work to do what they do. So whether or not I think their content is good, I appreciate the work that they put in, because it's painful. Hey, Lindsay, did I type in the wrong ID? Is this you? This isn't you. This is your old team ID, Lindsay. New team ID this year, mate. Come on, bro. Get with the game. You gotta put me in with your new one, bro. How's things going, Gary? What's happening? You had a great first week, I think. Oh, hell nah. Kev, I'll just do you while Lindsay's finding it. I'm assuming you're here, mate. The transfer tier list. Yeah, I like that as well. I think mine is like tier 1 buy, tier 2 buy, hold and sell. That's what I'm trying to do now. Rough week, Kevy, yeah, mate. Bench boost would have been really nice for you, hey, with with Semenyo there on the bench. Oh, sorry for laughing. Collins, Milenkovic, Tarkovsky, Saka, Palmer, Wirtz, Saar, Gyökeres, Bone. I mean, the team looks nice for this game week. I feel like last game week maybe didn't look as nice. For this game week, you're looking at 3-5-2. No, not 3-5-2. Wolves v Bournemouth. West Ham v Chelsea. Could you possibly bench Jared Bowen? No, I'd probably bench Saar. Would I? I think I'd be in between Saar and Bowen, considering bench boost this game week. Yeah, shit, I'd definitely bench boost this game week with this team. Mate, I'd 100% bench boost with this team this game week, actually, because you didn't play it last week. I think it's a nice week to bench boost with this team, and you'd want to get it out of your way. Honestly, as I've been talking about, like, get that bench boost done, give yourself the ability to then take money out of your team and out of your bench on wildcard. Like, you could easily go Richards or Collins down to a 4 mil defender, upgrade elsewhere, utilise that money a little bit better. Yeah, Kev, I'd definitely bench boost him, mate, and then you don't have a lot to think about. It's just captaincy choice. I think Saka, Palmer, Gyökeres are your options. Obviously, I've gone Saka, so cap Gyok. Yeah, I think that's valid, mate. Just my concern is the minutes. I know with Havertz injured, I think he's more likely to get at least 75. Saying you'll be in, mate. We've got an hour 45 before the deadline now. I've got like 3 people to get to you. Don't worry about it. be done in the next half hour. Yeah, I think like it's a fine pick to go Gyok. Yeah, that is the news coming out of Sweden. There's a Swedish reporter that commented that Gyökeres is on pens. So yeah, I think he at least gets 75 this week with Havertz's injury. Potentially gets 90, but I think maybe Marino comes on for him and plays up front. Not switched on this week. No worries, Linz, bro. But yeah, I think bench boost, cap Gyökeres is fine, Kev. I think go for it. Fingers crossed, I've got him for you. Got him for you, bro. Good luck. Linz, out of Evan Nilsson or Thiago, who do I start? Oh, Evan Nilsson, 100%. 100%. Bournemouth v Wolves, bro. Wolves are conceding so many goals this year. Now, you're lying to me, Lindsay, again. You're lying to me. 1, 2, 4, 6, 9, 7. This is not you. Is this you? No, Lord. This is not you. Why do you keep lying? Why are you always lying, bro? I'm gonna do Gary. Until your brain Have you been smoking with Paul? Paul, have you got Lindsay over there with you, mate? He's losing it. Ali, start 3, bench 1, Dorgi, Milankovic, De Kuiper, Gray. Bench, Gray. Oh, that's tough though, bench Gray. Gary, 260, 077. Do I risk captain with Semenyo, Evan Nilsson, or just captain Salah? Captain Salah. Ali K, bench Diogo. Ooh, interesting. I think I'd definitely be playing De Kuiper. I would have probably put Diogo as my number 2. Then I would have gone 1 out of Milankovic, Gray, whoever you think wins that game, keeps the cleanie. Santos to start and back three, Murillo, Richards, 8 Nuri, bench Pedro Porro. Okay. S Fury, thank you so much, my man. What an absolute legend you are. Take my hat off to you and you can reveal my terrible hat hair. Oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Welcome to the club, my guy. I'm open to anyone joining me. I'd love to join you, mate. I can't do it on stream, can I? Is it allowed? No. My missus will end my life. Which, actually, having said that, I should give a shout out to the number one in my fantasy league at the moment. Is actually my girlfriend. Is 4,900th in the world and number 1 in my fantasy league, which is really tough to deal with in the household at home. I take full credit. Let's put it that way. I'm just gonna on stream. I'll take full credit. In the household, I'm getting given 0 credit for this 5K in the world rank that she's got. Yeah, it's devastating. Gaz, mate, that's an absolute great week for you. 80 points. Reindeers, Wirtz, Gakpo, Palmer, Wilson, Haaland. Mate, this is basically like very close to the team I would have on a wild card if I didn't go Salah. I need to get tips from her live streams. Yeah, I did tell her she should be doing a live stream today instead of me. Let's just say I had input into her team. I definitely had input. I gotta learn FPL. Oh dear. I mean, at least someone's gonna win FPL this year. Gaz, I think you got it right, mate. Captaincy on Haaland this week. I'd probably agree with your back three. I mean, you could go Porro over Richards, but if you think Palace are going to keep the clean sheet, I think you go Palace. What was her tip? She said something. What transfer? She made a transfer this week. She transferred out Eze for... Who did you transfer out Eze for, babe? I don't remember. Will Palace be the same without Eze? It's a great question. Spurs will play back five, maybe probably wing. Yeah, that's what I think. And I think like Thomas Frank with wing backs, if you remember at Brentford, like bombed them on so high up the wing. So I think Porro has a better chance of getting that attacking return, even against City. I think him and Kudus linked up really well in that first week. Also, like Tottenham were getting lots of crosses in as well. And Porro also on set pieces without Maddison as well, and on some corners from one of the sides. So like definitely has a lot of routes to attacking returns. But I just think you're probably going for Richards because of the clean sheet, which I think is also valid unless Chris Wood does Chris Wood things and ruins you. Looks like you have your own FPL pickle. Yeah, no, she's better than FPL pickle. I'll have to do an interview with her if she keeps doing well. She doesn't like the camera. She won't be involved. Probably on set piece will be going forward. I'm taking a chance and benching Milenkovic. Yeah, I think Gary, you could definitely go Porro over Richards, but I think you got to make that call. I think that's what like. There's a few defensive calls today where I've sort of given my views on the defenders, and it's like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for the attacking returns and the high upside, or are you looking for like clean sheet and maybe some DEFCON? But yeah, I think that's your call. Sayans, mate, I'd said before, Evan Nilsson or Semenyo, no, just Captain Salah. Yeah, I don't think Palace will be as good without Eze. They will not be as good, for sure. Yeah, 100% Captain Salah if you own him. No reason to go against him. Lindsay, have you found your team ID yet? Is that right now? This 1, 2, 4, 6, 5, 7, or are you trolling me again? Here he is. Here he is. S Fury, man. Also, just once again, thank you so much, bro. Much appreciated. You can get in with some nice. These are all the little badges I've got below. If you look at that you can use now. So I got the English Aussie, subscribe, captaincy. FPL is a lifestyle one, which I'm going to change. Green arrow, VAR if you want your team reviewed, you get the VAR in there, and then the golden ball. Give me help. The Oracle ball. Need your pick. Lynn's 51. Mark Gui. So no bench boost coming in. Agbadu with a 0. Cap Salah, Anderson, Nico, Pedro. Who have Wolves got this week again? Bournemouth. Yeah, I guess your choices here. Appreciate that, mate. Like honestly, like you guys make a huge difference to me. Like having people follow, like get involved in the live streams, like join membership. Like I wouldn't do this otherwise. Like if it wasn't for the live streams, I just wouldn't do it. Sam Miller, are you far off? I don't know, mate. Are you? Where are you? I haven't seen you. Have you posted your team ID? I don't think you have. Gary Wells. Who is... What a man. What a man you are, Gaz. Well, by the way, are you back? Where are you now? You left Colombia, didn't you? Where are you based now? Gaz, you did a while back. I didn't see it, mate. I don't think it came through in the chat. But there's not that many people, Sam. Like there's maybe like 3 to go after this. So just tell me now, you're not far away. Wouldn't change getting to know you for the world. Legend, boys. You're in Colombia. Oh, you left China. You're in Colombia. Oh, sweet. I thought you left Colombia. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so Linz, I think your decisions here are Nico Williams via Stev or Sanchez v Dubravka. I think Anderson plays, Pedro Porro plays, and then the rest of your team is just the same. And Agbadu and Guay on the bench, second and third on the bench, probably Agbadu second, Guay third. And then the decisions like, do you think Burnley keep a clean sheet against Sunderland? Or do you think they have a chance? If you do you think that's more likely than Chelsea keeping one against... Oh, Pablo and his mates. I was out in Colombia a while back. Maybe 2016. The world was different then, I'm telling you. I genuinely met this random people on the street who were like, oh yeah, we just started an Airbnb, you should come and stay with us. Could you review Captain Coverage by any chance? Should I review Cap C? Shit. Yeah, I met these random people on the street that was like, Cap, you're coming, mate, you're coming, trust me. And they're like, do you want to stay on my Airbnb? And I was like, yeah, why not? I haven't booked anywhere to stay yet. Like, I mean, these days I'd probably be killed if I did this random thing. And I stay in touch with. They ended up taking me to like a music festival. They ended up just taking me back to their own house in the end, like cooking dinner for me. Took me out to like a music festival. Like the guy, they had a like daughter and a son that were like around about my age. So we were just like, I was just out with them, and then one of them came over to England in the end. I ended up catching up with them when they were in England. It's crazy. He is struggling. He's always struggling. Best places to go when I was at the UK for the first time next December. If you're in London, I'd say one of my favourite places is... there's two. There's two that I like. One is... it's in Liverpool. It's like next to Liverpool Street Station. It's called Duck and Waffle. It's got really... it does duck and waffle, basically. And it also has like super nice views out over London. And another one... another one near there that's quite funny is it's called the Breakfast Club, and around England they have a bunch of these places, Breakfast Club, like cocktail bars, where you have to say a code to get in, and message me about it off stream, because if my girlfriend watches this stream, she'll learn, because I'm planning to take her there later this year, so I don't want to spill the secret code. But yeah, man, I haven't been back to... I don't live there anymore, so... Other places to go, like if you're up north, the lake, like Lake Windermere is really nice. Where else is nice up that way? Go and watch a footy game. Crystal Palace, Selhurst Park, best atmosphere in the Premier League, Selhurst Park. That drum is crazy. Anyway, let me continue. Lindsay, any thoughts, mate? Any Burnley clean sheets odds have gone up on Rob T? I don't really pay that much attention to it, to be honest. I'm pretty sure I can work out who's more likely to keep a clean sheet better myself than reading the clean sheet odds. Doesn't really help me. I can give you a lot of tips for Sydney if you come over here, mate. Lindsay, are you still listening to me or no? Yeah, so Dubravka versus Sanchez and Esteve versus Nico Williams are your two decisions. I think I'd probably end up going same team that you have. And I'd go Esteve first on bench, Agbadu second, Gui third, Salah cap. All right. 3 to go. Llewellyn, Capsy, Sayans. And then Sam Miller, if you still want it, post your team ID again, mate, because I definitely didn't get it in the stream. I just went back and checked. Llewellyn, you here? Are you in the chat? Sorry, I know it took a while to get to you. Just let me know if you are. Otherwise I know Cap's here. Cap's always here. Yeah, you're here? Excellent. You're up, mate. Verbruggen in goal is main to keep him there. That is ideal. Mario Tarkovsky. Oh, wow. Your defence is so strong this week. So strong. I'd probably go Munoz over Pedro Porro. I'd actually go 4 at the back. I'd go Murillo, Tarkovsky, Munoz, Anderson, Wirtz, Palmer, Salah, Reinders, and Watkins and Strand Larson up front, and Fulkrug on first on the bench. Maybe even Pedro Porro. No, Fulkrug first on the. Fulkrug first on the bench. Porro second on the bench. Fulkrug. Oh my God, can bench boost, man. Bench boost, Llewellyn. Bench boost this week. Bench boost this team. Like, this is so... You got a bench boost this week, mate. Bench boost Cap Salah. Oh, Cap, you missed, mate. Did I? Sorry, Sam. My apologies, bro. If I did say that. I had a flick back through and I just didn't see your... Do you mind posting it one more time for me? And I'll actually add you to the list. And then you can tell me I'm an idiot. Yeah, this is a definite bench boost, though, Llewellyn, bro. Definite bench boost. No doubt about it. You got so many nice picks. Like, I'm struggling so much with your bench, like, that I would just bench for sure. Bench boost. Play it now. You're not going to get much better. And then, like, this just gives you the option to then, when you wildcard, you take the money out of your team. Because you got a lot of money in that team, right? Like, yeah, you got a 4.5 mil midfielder, but he plays. So you can take some money out of that forward line, out of a Fulkrug. You can take some money out of that defensive line, out of like a Porro or a Tarko or even a Murillo if you don't like him. And then you can upgrade this front line. Like, your midfield's pretty nice. Like, this is another, again, probably a good, a great compliment is this team looks overpriced, like over 100 mil, which is it means it's a good team. But I guess you got no Salah, no Haaland. But yeah, definitely bench boost, mate. Bench boost Cap. Oh no, you do have Salah. Yeah, this team looks over budget. Over budget. Six, hey bro, how are you, mate? Hope you're well. What to do with Wirtz going forwards? Keep him, mate. Don't stress about Wirtz. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. He needs to get used to the physicality of the league. Like, Gakpo's already got there, but I think Wirtz would be good. Come on in, Capsy. Come on, Capsy. Like, Wirtz could easily go to Cunha if you really wanted to. Yeah, Sook's good man. We've only got like a couple more in between anyway. Yeah, I've got a bet with Rico on João Pedro to score this week. That's guaranteed João Pedro. The fact that I've made a bet with Rico on João Pedro to score means that João Pedro is definitely going to score this week. So if anybody wants a 7.5 million striker, put your money on João Pedro, because it's a guarantee that I will lose the bet to Rico. Just like Jared Bowen did me dirty. Honestly, if that happens this year, otherwise I'm going to have to start getting, like, you know how Andy does the shirts? I'm going to have to start getting shirts with all the bets I lose every week. Every year, even. Game week 2, we're already on the bets, Rico. If I win, I'll make another bet with you in the second half of the season for something else. We'll do something else. But it won't be till 2.5. If I lose, I'm never betting with you until next year. All right, Cap. What are we saying, mate? Verbruggen in goal is lovely. I'd play Dorgu over Van der Ven. Diouf and Williams. Diouf, Williams, Esteve is probably a discussion. Like, you take two of those three. Salah, Wirtz, Bruno, Reinders, Palmer, Mateta, Watkins. Lovely. So I think Dubravka benched, and then first on bench would be one of Esteve, Nico, or Diouf. Second on bench, Van der Ven. Gui, third on bench. Cap, Salah. It's Esteve, Dorgu, and Nico. Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. So then Diouf first on bench. It's probably where I'd go, mate. Yeah, it's a nice team, Cap. Like, it's tough result for your first week, to be honest. Like, bit unlucky, really. Like, Newcastle, well, like, obviously Villa red card hurt you. Mateta almost scored. Worked out a tough one. Diouf almost scored. Nico Williams almost had clean sheet. Bruggen almost had clean sheet. So you're pretty close. Cool. Easy one, Cap. Easy peasy. Let's keep going. Sayans, you here, bro? Cap, you always do this to me. Come on. If you got more questions, I'm happy to answer them. I can go back. Roll. Yeah, definitely roll, bro. Definitely roll. You don't need to make a transfer. You're a good team. Roll. You can have 2 transfers for game week 3. Guys, have a think. Like, what I would say is, if you don't have Haaland, have a real think about free hitting in game week 3, and maybe just draft yourself a free hit team. I did a video where I drafted a free hit team up. I didn't see the bet, Rico. How about if João Pedro does score, you got to wear a United shirt in your next 3 live streams? Mate. No, that's going to have to be a second half of the season bet, mate. We made the bet now. It's too late to change it. By the way, I think you may hate me now because of what I sent on Insta. I don't know what you sent me on Insta. What did you send me? You got like 400 accounts that message me. I'm pretty sure, Cap, that you're messaging me off like 40 accounts in the week. Some of them just sound like you. I don't know if there's some other people that are messaging me with the United shirt. I have to go and get a United shirt. My hands don't normally touch that sort of stuff. Yeah, like, look to roll if you can, guys. Look to roll if you can. Looks like Sayans is not here. So Sayans, let me know if you come back. And I'll come back to you. In the meantime, we got Saku and Sam Miller. So Six, you posted yours first, didn't you? 185759. Glory, Man United. Saying, sorry, you are here, mate. All right, yeah, you're here. I was just waiting for you to say you're here. I'll pull you up now. Sorry, Six. Let me just do Sayans and I'll come to you in a second. Just you, mate. Zahi's Merley. What an awesome name. Double Z. I've never seen that before. That's so cool. Where are you from? Where's that name from? Wow, goalkeepers. Yeah, I'd probably play Kelleher in goal over Vicario. De Kuyper absolutely would have in. And then it'd probably be Diouf and Nico Williams, Van der Ven on the bench with Frimpong. Midfield, Matoma, Salah, Palmer, Kudus, Jorginho. And then Watkins, Evan Nilsson up top. So your bench, I would have Beto first, Van der Ven second, Frimpong third. Vicario is your bench goalkeeper. And then probably Cap Salah, mate. What are your thoughts? Armand Dean Ali Khan. Would you start a Stev Van der Ven or Anderson Fulham? Nish, bro. This is your sort of timing, Nish. Well, I mean, it's still a bit early, Nish. We got another hour and a half to the deadline. You got Semenyo for Matoma. Yeah, that's fine. Just play Semenyo in that Matoma spot. Yeah, that's totally fine. I think same thing. Still Beto, Van der Ven, and Frimpong. 1, 2, 3 on the bench. I think Cap Salah. Happy with that? Like, is that what you were sort of thinking? I just sent the weird image, by the way. I asked what to do, and you were yapping about Palmer number 10 versus RM. You asked me my thoughts on captaincy, Cap, didn't you? And I said to you that it was a difficult one because that I thought Palmer would be playing in the left 10 for Chelsea again, similarly to how he did last week. And I think when he plays in the right 10, he's much more effective because he cuts in on his left foot and takes those shots. Whereas he plays in the left 10 and Enzo comes through the right side, he tends to drag himself out wide to the left or drop deep to the left and try and put crosses into the box. Often he does that to sort of give a little bit more space to Enzo coming through the middle, but I don't understand. Chelsea just don't look as potent when they do that. And you saw it in the Club World Cup. He played in the right 10 and they won the Club World Cup. And I just didn't understand why Maresca did that first game of the season for Chelsea. Robert, how do you get your team ID? If you go to the points page, it's on your laptop. Click on points, and it will be in the website, like the HTTP www blah blah blah. Like the URL is the word that I'm looking for. Robert, you're not silly. No, yeah, you're not silly at all, Robert. Lots of people ask that question. Would not captain Semenyo when you've got Salah and Palmer? Yeah, confirmed. Is the gang rolling transfers this game week? Yes, Nish, we are rolling transfers if we can, mate. Rolling transfers, get your 2 transfers for game week 3. If you need to make big changes, then do it. If you don't have Haaland, definitely consider a free hit in game week 3. The fixtures are like a little bit tricky, for especially if you have Liverpool or Arsenal players, or quite a few of them. Obviously, Liverpool play Arsenal. It's a good week to sort of swing into like a free hit, maybe to some Man United players against Burnley, especially if United look good this game week. Cunha might be nice and Bumo might be nice. Fernandes might be nice, someone like that. Brentford play Sunderland as well, so like maybe you want to target that fixture. Maybe you want to target like maybe like we'll see what happens, what comes up this week, but I think there are a few interesting like potential target fixtures, like even Newcastle v Leeds. Like you might want to bring in like an Anthony Gordon up top for a Newcastle. Like the free hit in 3 could definitely be. Yeah, how do you find the team ID? How are you guys finding the team ID? Like, is there a like new way? Did you go to like game week history or something? Is that what you guys were saying? I still do the like go to points thing. But now you're saying you go to game week history, do you? That doesn't work for me. Or is it transfer history? I don't know. That's not working for me. I'll go to game week history and check the URL. Oh, yeah. It's the same as going to points. You go to points and check the URL. I always used to go points, but yeah. Can Wolves prepare and get a draw and stay up, or will it be difficult against Bournemouth? I like Wolves are going to not play for a draw. They're going for the win. They're going for the win. How many leagues do I have? I've just got one, but I've got a second chance league, which will start in game week 19. And I also, no, I've got the elite members league. So any of you guys that are in my WhatsApp chat, the elite members on the channel, I have a separate league for you guys because Neil's requested. He wanted to beat me this year. And we have so many people in my league this year, so he couldn't find me. I think what he was trying to say is I'm too far down in my own league and I'm getting beat up by my own girlfriend. Dear. But yeah, we got loads of people in the league this year. I'm so surprised. Like last year we had like, I don't know, 30. This year we got like 200 plus. I so regret pricking João Pedro over Wood, but we trust the process. Don't worry, Nish. I made a bet with Rico this week that João Pedro wouldn't score, and he bet that João Pedro would, so that means guarantee João Pedro scoring this week. Do I get Reinders instead of Ruta right now, or do I wait? No, I'd leave Ruta. I think that... also, whose team have I got up here? Zahi. Yeah, also, didn't you move Matoma to Semenyo, or am I making that up? Yeah, I wouldn't make the move. I think Reuter's going to play up front again this week. Do you know what's really funny is that after telling Sam I'd write down his team ID, I didn't write it down. So I'm going to write it down right now. And then Rob. Should I do Wirtz to Cunha and Bumo? Probably not. Game week 3 probably would, but probably not for TAs. I just roll. Roll unless you really desperately need to. If you want to go super attacking, you can. I think Cunha is a great option. Shouldn't I be an elite member? I think I am one. Only joke. Who is winning that league so far? I think Gary. Don't know. I think I only set it up during the week, so people haven't. So yeah, people haven't managed to join yet. So technically, currently, I am winning the league because no one else is in there yet. Only for wildcard in game week 6, 7. So do I use my free hit next week, Sayans? I'd definitely consider it, mate. I'd definitely consider it. Have a look at what your free hit team would be. See how different it would. Like, check my video out. I did a good video recently on free hit wildcard team. I did some recommendations. See, like, if you like that team, if you'd make any tweaks, and then how different it is to your current team. If it's not that different, then you can probably just make 2 transfers and keep going. But I think next week is quite nice to use a free hit because they're quite different teams. Yeah, currently I'm winning the league. Contemplating playing Pedro Porro versus Diouf, leaning with Porro though. I'd go Porro, Nish. I'd go Porro. Esteve or Ndai starting. Arlen Shijian. I'll probably go Ndai, mate. Probably go Ndai. 6, sorry, man. Let's get to your team. And then Sam. And then Rob. Let me reread what you're saying. Opinions on captain this week and who to bench. Yeah. So, So you've got this like similar dilemma we've had really this week. So I think you play Tarko. I think you play Tarko versus Brighton, just for the DEFCON really. I think you play Pedro Porro, and then I think you play one of Nico, Diouf, Esteve, and you play one of Sanchez, Dubravka, and I wouldn't play both Burnleys. I'd try and spread that clean sheet risk. Wirtz, Palmer and Dye, Salah, Anderson, Gyökeres, João Pedro. I'd cap Salah if I were you. I know you're probably tempted with Gyökeres, but I think if you've got Salah, you probably cap Salah. Opinions on Truffert, I think he looks great, actually. I just think Bournemouth don't look like they're going to be a good defence. I think that's my thing. I think Truffert looks like he can play, but I'm not convinced by Bournemouth. I got to go to my Bundesliga fantasy team. Oh, nice. Yeah. So I think Six, you're here, yeah. And I'm literally talking about your team, assuming that you're around. I think your call is like Diouf versus Nico versus Esteve, and Sanchez v Dubravka. I think I'd probably go Sanchez, and then I'd probably go. I'd be tempted with Stev, but I'd probably end up with Nico. I don't know. I could go either of those. What are your thoughts, Six? Who would you go for there? I think Pedro Porro you play. You got fantasy in Holland. Is that where you're from, Miss Fury? Where in Holland are you from? I've got a mate that lives just out like 20, 30 minutes just outside Amsterdam. I think he's like The Hague. Forest play Palace. Palace without Eze. Rotterdam. Nice. I don't think I've ever been out to Rotterdam. Is it nice there? Who's your local footy team? FPL is restricted in countries, is it? Is that the Van Dijk country? That is the Van Dijk country. Feyenoord fan. Oh, cool. I've only been to one football stadium in Holland. That was Ajax. That was when I was very young. I still got an Ajax cap, actually. You probably don't like that. 6 thoughts, mate? Probably say bench Estev and Dubravka, play Nico. That's where I ended up with my team. I had similar, so I'd probably go Estev first on bench, Diouf second on bench, Gui third. Was also very tempted to cap Gyökeres. I knew you were tempted. I knew that's why you were asking. Yeah, I'd cap Salah. I think Gyökeres gets at least 75 minutes this week. And I think he could be dangerous when Leeds push forwards on the counter-attack for Arsenal. And he's probably on pens. And the more I'm talking about it, the more you're making me think about capping him over Saka. But it's too late. I've made my life choices now. There was a reason that I made that choice. Yeah, I would be. I don't have Dubravka, but I'd be benching him for Sanchez v West Ham. I have Palmer and Salah, but I'm risking the Palmer captain, Joe Cole. Hope he plays right 10 for you, mate. If he plays right 10, he's got a great chance of getting points. I think if Lavia plays and maybe even Enzo doesn't start, that'd be wild for Palmer. All right, 6. I'm going to move on to Sam. Sam, you still hating on me? You're still here? Still angry for me making you wait all this time? Sorry, mate. Apologies. All right. Anything to consider here, Sam? Verbruggen in goal, lock. Keep that. 8 Nuri, Pedro Porro. Oh, Richards. I think I'd go Richards. Richards, Diouf, Estev. I think I'd go Richards. Saka, Jorginho, Palmer, Reinders, Gakpo, Watkins, Haaland cap. No worries, Six. Great to have you in the chat, as always. Yeah, I don't understand why Maresca doesn't have time on the right either. In the Club World Cup, he played him there, and they won the flipping Club World Cup. And he come into the Premier League, immediately starts on the left. Yeah, Sam, 75 points, mate. Epic start. Epic start, mate. Epic start. What are your thoughts on the defense? I think I'd go Porro, 8 Nuri, sorry, not Estev, Richards. I'd go Estev first, Diouf second. I might even go Diouf first. Given the way your team... No, I'd probably go Estev first, Diouf second. Dubravka, Estev, Richards, 8 Nuri. I'd definitely play Verbruggen against Everton, mate. I'd definitely play Verbruggen. I think 8 Nuri should be in there. Yeah, if you like Estev, I'm fine with that defence. I was thinking Pedro Porro for the attacking potential. No, Joe, just wait a week, mate. Can you check the message about Watkins? Too many City to go Porro? Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I think City score. I think it was more like attacking returns. Why shouldn't I captain Ollie? Because everyone is captaining Salah, Ollie, Jay score 3 goals in the last 4 matches, and Brentford may lose Collins, and they have lost Flecken and Boomer and Norgard, so maybe. You can captain Watkins. I'm not saying you can't. I think he's definitely an option. For me, it's like the strikers get 1 less point. for a goal. They don't get the clean sheet points, and Watkins is probably not on pens. So there's just like quite a few things that put me off him, and just generally whenever I seem to ever captain him, he doesn't do anything. I'd captain Haaland, Sam. I think Haaland's like the best captain if you've got him this week. I don't think I'd bench boost that team, Joe Cole. Just mainly because like I think it's not like you've got a bunch of money tied up in your bench. Like you got 4 mil Esteve, 4 mil Rodon, 4 mil Dubravka. Like you can just keep rolling that. At some point, you're probably going to have a better bench boost option. One more of these, and then I'm going to show you guys Game Day Squad. It's like another fantasy football game where the prizes are just better than FPL. You can win like $250 every week for just picking a team. Like basically the exact same rules as... Not the exact same rules, but pretty much the same. And I'll go through an example of how it works and stuff. Edvin, hey man. How are you, bro? Great to have you back here. Rob, are you floating around? Why do I prefer Haaland over Palmer when Tottenham are decently solid defensively? I don't think they are. I think they won 3-0 v Burnley, but Burnley had some chances, and I think Thomas Frank with Brentford also conceded quite a few goals. I also just think Man City are just way better team, like offensively, than Chelsea, especially with Palmer in the left hand. I've got to stop saying that, but that really does make a big difference. And just Haaland is like if you were to blindfolded go, who would you pick as captain, Haaland or Palmer, not knowing the teams they play against, you'd probably pick Haaland. Rob, if you're not here, then I'm going to go and show the guys Game Day Squad, and then we can come back to you a little bit later once I've gone through it. But if you do come back and you want to listen to your team, I think it's quite an easy one for me. Cap Saka, keep the defence the same. Bring in Evan Nilsson for Bowen. That would be my thoughts. All right, guys, let me show you. So I'll just run through quickly some slides explaining it, and then I'll actually take you through what's my team looking like. That's my team for this week. For Bruggen, differential captains is not really the way to go that often, unless you actually have a differential team. If it's a good week for a good captain, you just captain them. You can have a differential captain on a week where it's not a good week for a good captain, i.e. next week when Liverpool play Arsenal, and if you don't have Haaland, that's a week to be differential. Yeah, that's my team. I had a bit of a defensive dilemma with Harry Wilson. I really wanted to start him, but I just couldn't get him in. Neil, hey bro, thank you. Yeah, so guys, let me run you through just quickly this Game Day Squad stuff. So it's a new fantasy game. Like you get a bunch of different leagues you can play in. You can win like basically up to $250 every week for finishing in different positions. For example, this week I finished like 13th and 18th in 2 of the leagues. Like there are probably only about 500 to 1,000 people that play the game at the moment. It's an Aussie guy that messaged me that set this up. So I think it's pretty cool, and he's giving me like free packs and stuff to give away to you guys on the stream. So you can use my promo code, as you can see in the bottom right there, FPLTA, when you set up a team, and you get a bunch of extra packs. So the way the game works is like the scoring's basically the same as FPL, like as in like how you get points. No. It's free to play. You don't have to pay for anything. I mean, I think there are options to like pay for other leagues, but for the like basic leagues where you can win this money, you don't have to pay for anything. Like I haven't paid for anything, and I was pretty close to winning $100 this week. Rob, just chuck your wildcard team down below, and we'll talk about it later. So you just get points for the same sort of things, like for the DEFCON sort of stuff. So I would look at picking your players the same way you would for FPL. And the way you get it is you get player cards as packs. So you'd have like a bronze Salah, gold Sanchez, etc. Like bronze, you get 1 time points. Diamond, you get 1.4 times the points they score, basically. And then you just pick at 11 the same way you pick a fantasy team. You'd pick like 4-3-3. You have to pick 4-3-3 and a bunch of bench players. Everybody scores points. You got a 1.3 times wood. That's really good. And then you score points based off all of your 15 players. So your 4-3-3 plus your bench. It's online. You can type it into the website. It's also an app, Game Day Squad. So if you look in the top corner here, that's the thing, and you can see in this bottom right corner of the screen. You can see the website gamedaysquad.com.au, and if you put in my promo code afterwards, you get like I think 3 extra packs, which is quite good. So you get a bunch of better players. You log in, you get bonus packs every week you log in. So you pick a team every week. You can change your team every week, and every week you have another chance to win like this $250. If you win, they just pay it into a bank account. You can put a bank account in, and they will just pay it into your bank account. The cards expire. No, so your cards, you keep the cards for the full season. So that's the good thing. Like once you've got like a bunch of good players, and like if you keep logging in each week, and I can send you guys, if you DM me, I'll send you guys some additional packs. So the developers of the game have sent me a few like additional promo codes to send to you guys to like encourage you to like get involved in the game. Like they're just trying to promote it. Thanks, Kat. Appreciate that. Like good bloke as well from Gold Coast. So let me run you through how the game works. I'll show you it on screen. That might make it a little bit more clear as well. So if I show it here, so this is the main dashboard. So here you can see like how you've done. I think it's logged me out. Yeah, so here you can see like how you've done each week. So you're seeing like this week I was like super close to coming first and winning $100, like not very far off. I also have a private league that you can join, which we can just play in. I can flick through the code to anybody that's done. Abdullah, I'll send you through some additional pack codes. Mr. Marinakis is watching you. Who is Mr. Oh, the forest owner. So the way you select your teams here, so this is the leaderboard for last week's points, but like every week is a new week and you win prizes like each week, like the prizes that I had up. So the way you'd go about it is you'd create the account. Like you'd literally just need an email address and a password. That's all you need to create the account. Then it will pop up with a promo code. Just put in FPL TEA, the English Aussie, like FPLT. You'll get some additional packs. And so then you open these packs. So you would click open on the packs. There's more animations on the web versus the real address. And you get like certain players in these packs. And so they normally do, so sorry, this is probably a better, you get like 9 player packs usually. So you open these packs, and you get a bunch of players: Bruno Guimaraes, Anderson, some good, some bad. Not a great pack. Here, let me open one more. Hopefully we'll get someone decent. Gittins, Agbadu, decent. Silver Agbadu. Silver Wan-Bissaka. Tonali. Patterson. Van der Ven. And then basically you'll go to competitions. And there's a couple of different competitions. You can set up teams in the different competitions. So starter, contender, classic are the ones you'll probably be able to do. So to start with, I recommend putting your best team in contender, and you can win up to $100. And then after a couple of weeks, you get some packs. You'll be able to put your best team into classic, and you can win like $250 worth. So if you click into contender, and you can basically select your team. So how it looks normally is before you have the players in there. It's going to bust me on the screen. Can you guys see the player names here? Make it bigger. Yeah, so if I was to, for example, say I wanted to swap a player, right? Then it would give you a list of all of the players on there. If you've got duplicate players, how can you trade them? So there is you can put players up for trade and for sale and stuff. So this is how you'd select the players. Like if you wanted to sub out Salah, you just swap him out for Brennan Johnson, click confirm swap. Now Brennan Johnson's in your team. I obviously don't want to do that. And I want to pick Mo Salah. So you'd pick your players the same way that you'd pick your FPL team. So you just pick a team based off the cards that you've got in your packs. You'll get quite a few packs. When I click started, is that all my packs? If you put the promo code in, you should have got a bunch of additional starter packs, and you would have got like 10. Then you'd have got like nine goalkeeper, 9 defender, 9 midfielder, 9 forward packs. So then if you want to trade your players, if you go to this players section on the left here, Abdullah, Munoz or Romero, Munoz, Harris. G'day, mate. Hope you're well, Matty Allen. No need to talk about game week 1. Oh, no, mate. That's not good. How do I get across to you for some packs? If you just send me a DM on Twitter or Instagram, and I'll flick you over some additional packs. And for this, like the deadline is the first game, so you have a bit more time than FPL as well to put your teams in. But if you don't get them in for this week, and I think potentially some of the additional promo codes that you get for signing up through me might not hit until next week. But I can send through some free ones now for you guys. So yeah, if you wanted to trade your players, you basically would go to my players here, and you'd say, okay, I've got a platinum Kostas Mavropanos. He's in my squads. How do I? In my reserves. And I want to trade them, right? So if you want, you can request a player that you would want to trade Romeo Lavia for. So maybe I want to trade a diamond Lavia for like a platinum Cole Palmer or something. Or maybe let's be sensible and be like gold Cole Palmer. And then you can submit the trade and see if anyone takes that trade. You can also choose to just be like, sell them for actual money. People do actually buy these cards for actual money, so you can just pack cards, like really good cards, for free and then just sell them for money. So I could put them up for like 10 cents or like $1. Or the other option is you can auction them as well. So an auction, you can basically put like anything. You can put create auction. And then you'll see here, you get some funds in here. Like once you verify your identity and stuff, you can withdraw funds. I'm not going to show you my bank account details. You got Palm 1.0. Hi, all. Any big team news? Niels, nothing further than what I sent you earlier in the group messages, mate. What did I send in that? I think I sent everything. Oh yeah, there might be a few extras, Niels. Let me have a run through for you. Havertz out, Eze unavailable, Jesus, Timber, Norgard all out, Trossard and White possible for Arsenal, Wisser unavailable for Brentford, Damsgaard, Sharda, Pinnock, Magoma all possible, Christie possible to be back for Bournemouth. Some other discussion points that we had. Lavia and Badashile still out. Tosin's available for Chelsea. Probably will start, I would imagine. Hinchelwood is back for Brighton. Bijal returns to suspension from Leeds. Oh, you want me to I'll put your team up, mate. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. You pick like the same way you would pick for game day squad, Capsy. You'd pick, yeah. Hopefully that helps, guys. If you need more explanations about game day squad, let me know, and I'll definitely I'll help you guys out with it, because I think it's a really cool game, and like you got quite a good chance of actually like winning some money on it. Neil, sorry man, let me pull your team up. Just getting your ID. Oh, Edwin. Oh, yeah. I'll grab you after as well, mate. Cap, you'd pick who the same way you'd pick for FPL, like who you think will score the most points. So maybe if it helps, I can send a link for how you score points. That's how you score the points. And then that's just if you clicked open all, if you just go to players, and you'll find them in your my players section. You can then see all. I like to click through them so I see the players as they come up, but you can just go to players and do it. Yeah, the game's pretty cool. And if you have any feedback for the devs, they've been pretty cool about it. Like I've sent a bunch of stuff that people told me last week that they thought would help improve the game, and they have started looking into some of those things already. So, it's a new game. It's trying to get going, and they're trying to bring people in. I don't really know how they've got the funding to pay out all this stuff, but yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, Neil, sorry, mate. I was just off on one. Edwin, I'll do you after as well, mate. Thanks for putting your team ID in. We got 45 minutes to the deadline, guys, so a little bit of time. Feel free to chuck your teams in, and I'll sneak through some pack codes for those of you that have DM'd me for game day squads just after I do these 2 team reviews. What are your score predictions per fixture? I actually gave all my score predictions on Twitter to somebody, but I'll look them up in a second. So Niels, Sanchez v Dubravka is actually, I would say, it's a bit of a discussion, but I'd probably go Sanchez. De Kuiper I'd definitely have. Aït-Nouri I'd have. Nico versus Anderson. Is that a discussion point for you? I would say Anderson could potentially... Oh, Star, I saw this one, mate. I think Anderson has a good potential of getting DEFCON points just because of the amount of crosses Man United have been putting in the box. So definitely a chance for DEFCON. But I thought Man United looked quite good, that I almost think they will score. So I don't know, Nico Williams versus Anderson for me is quite a close call there, Niels. I would potentially consider Anderson. But let me know what your thoughts are on that. Just on an afternoon stroll, walking my dog, beer in hand, life is good. That is superb, Edwin. I would say Haaland Mattial is the best captain this week. Midfield, Bruno, Salah, Wirtz, Palmer, Mateta, Wood. Would you consider a 4-4-2, Niels, and bench Dewsbury Hall and go Dewsbury Hall, Rodon, Gui as your 3 on the bench? You're going Saka because you don't have Haaland. I'd go Salah, but I have gone Saka because I don't have Salah or Haaland. Starting Anderson and Williams, benching KDH. Yeah, perfect. I think that's what I would go for as well, Niels. Roll that transfer through, and then 2 for next week would be lovely. And then we can look to get Dewsbury Hall out of your side. 59 points. Nice one, mate. You don't have Salah, thought you were a red. I got Ekatike and Wirtz. I am a red. That's why I knew. Well, I didn't know Salah was going to get a 93rd minute goal as usual. Niels, please lock that thought of captaining Aït-Nouri in a lockbox and throw away the key. And then throw away the box. And then make sure that box is destroyed in an industrial junkyard. Oh man, it's 2:45 a.m. My analogy's getting worse as we go on. Edwin, come on, mate. Let's have a look at your team, mate. That is not the correct team ID, is it? He's getting Isaac or what? I don't think I like personal view. I don't think we sign Isaac. I don't think we end up signing. I think he ends up at Newcastle. I don't really have any inside knowledge on it. It's just my personal thoughts of how I think we run the club and what's happened and how Ekatike's gone and whether we need to spend that money or not. Done deal, and now back to bed. Nice one, Niels. Thanks for getting up at 4:45 in the morning for you, wasn't it? 2:45 for me. It's rough at the moment. I might drink some water. Eds, take a sip on that beer, mate. Liverpool sign another striker if Isaac doesn't work out? Nah. I think we got Chiesa as backup now. We'll just play Gakpo at the 9, I think. I mean, R.I.P. Diego, mate. R.I.P. Diego. That's a big loss for us. I mean, big loss for the world. But big loss for his family, man. That was so sad that he just got married. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that because I get sad about it. Edwin, so I'd probably go Milenkovic, Tarkovsky, Estev or Diouf. Van de Ven on the bench. Midfield, Anderson, Gakpo, Palmer, Salah, Reindeer, and then Bowen and Watkins up front, Welbeck on the bench, because I expect Welbeck not to start again this week. I think Ruta's going to start up top. Welbeck's going to come on for the last 25 again. Yeah, RIP Diogo. Yeah, if Liverpool sign Rodrigo, that'd be dope. Messed my bench up last week. Yeah. Yeah, so I think your call is Esteve versus Diouf, who you prefer. I think your bench should be one of those two, then Van de Ven. No, one of those two, then Welbeck, then Van de Ven. Why you can see my comment? I can see this one, Star. Don't copy and paste. If you're trying to post a team ID, don't copy and paste. Do you even get to watch PL matches because of that time difference? This Friday night one, I'm not gonna watch. I watched the game in the morning. I just rewatch. Like I just stream like the games after. Insta, please. Don't actually have Insta open, but I'll open it for you, mate. Oh wow, I've got tons of messages on here. Oh, Bryce, this is you. Insta. I'm not seeing you on Insta, Star. What's your name, bro? Oh, requests. Cross. Hey, bro. I'm gonna send you some pack codes, Cross. I can't see you on Insta, Star. Edwin, what are you thinking for the defence, mate? Watkins for captain is the falling one. I probably wouldn't go for Watkins for captain. Yeah, I probably wouldn't go Watkins for captain. Sorry, I just went dead silent because I was just telling someone on Insta the packs and pack codes. That was Cross. I was sending them to you, by the way. Abdullah, did you message me on Abdullah? I can't remember where you message me normally. Is it on Twitter or Insta? So I actually realised I just went like dead silent on stream for a while. Yeah, guys, like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm gonna hit that subscribe on there, and Probably Estev Salakat. Yes, so you're going Estev, Milenkovic, Tarko, Anderson, Gakpo, Palmer, Salah, Reinders, Watkins, Bowen. Okay. So your bench is Diouf, Welbeck, Van de Ven. Is there any giveaway prize? Norwegian lad. Yeah, I'll do one. I'll do some giveaways post deadline. I'll think about it. It's probably going to give away. I'll do one members one to reward all my members, and then I'll do. So if anyone becomes a member before deadline, I'll do a giveaway, and then I'll give away like a discount code to my store or something to just everyone that's on the chat at the end as well. Well, I'll do some sort of giveaway for everyone that's still here, sticking around with me, listening to my absolute rubbish by the end of the stream. Derek, my man, Derek, are you on the stream? Score predictions. That's right. That's what we should do. Yeah. All right, let's do that. Sorry, you can see I'm flagging a little bit. Hey, it's just getting a bit late. All right, let's have a look. Cross just got the codes. Nice one, mate. Hopefully you get some decent players. Let me know if you get anybody decent. Abdullah, can you tell me where I should send you those pack codes to? Norwegian lad, if you want to join the game day squad and put my promo code in, then I can just send you some packs for free. If anyone else also wants them, please just send me a message. All right, so West Ham. Can I just check what I actually put? Because I actually tweeted. I'm in this league, like this score predictions league on Twitter, which I'm in 13th place of 2,000 people after game week 1. I got so many predictions right. It doesn't mean my fantasy team did that well. Let me see what I actually put and see if I still believe that. West Ham Chelsea, I went 2-0 Chelsea, which I probably agree with. Man City Tottenham, I went 3-1 Man City. Probably agree with. Bournemouth Wolves, I went 2-2. Yeah. Brentford Villa, I went 2-2, and I thought that was a bit rogue, but I wanted a rogue pick. Still on for the bet, Rico. Still on for the bet. João Pedro. You pick my week of my triple captain, or you become a member for the year. Yo, Derek, what's so good, bro? I'm seeing that. I see that comment, Star. I don't know. I can't see your whatever you sent me on Instagram though, bro. I don't know. Oh, Cody, yeah. How much is the member fee? It's I think you're $2 a month. $2 a month. I mean, if you prefer, we can do for a few months or something. Whatever, man. I don't really care. We'll just do whatever bet works with you. I think the lowest tier is $2 a month, and then elite is $3 a month. But that's you can have WhatsApp group access, you can have all the FPL APIs, all of that jazz. Which is, to be honest, I think is the best like most useful tier, and it's like I think it's $3 a month. I mean, Rico, let's be honest, you're gonna fucking win the bet anyway. I don't know what you're worried about. It's flipping. You always con me. Yeah, I sent through those packs to you guys on Insta that asked for them. Hopefully that is helpful. Brentford Villa I went 2-2. Burnley Sunderland I went 0-0. Dhruv, what's up, bro? How are you? Yeah, Burnley Sunderland I went 0-0, but I think that one might be a 1-0 Sunderland actually. I don't know, bro. As in, like, how do you get it? Rico 4-4 as long as Harlan scores. Sunderland will defo score. If you go to like game week history, like if you're on for example, if you're on here, if you go to like points and or you go to like game week history, and then in the URL bar it will say your team ID. Like, I'm not showing the URL bar at the moment because it's just how my stream's set up. Arsenal Leeds, I had 5-1 Arsenal. Crystal Palace Nottingham Forest, I also had 0-0. Everton Brighton, I had 2-0 Brighton. Fulham Man United, I had 2-1 Man United. Hopefully a Harry Wilson goal and 2 from Cunha. Or 1 from Cunha, 1 from Mbeumo or something. And then Newcastle Liverpool had 3-0 Liverpool. Potentially some bias there. Start 9-4-1-5-8-8-3. Yeah, I think those are my like picks this week. What do you think, Brycey? Decent? Called it on Cherky scoring, yeah, but you didn't call it on Cherky coming off the bench and scoring, did you, Driv? Yeah, man, my brother called that as well, actually. My brother said Cherky would score. And he gave me the same comment as you. He said, yeah, I called it. I said, can't claim that. 2-0 Brighton, you're going to do me... Matt, I don't know, man. I just did like Everton going forwards and Everton... I thought Brighton like looked quite good. Cooking a monster bet. We'll purchase everyone's membership in the chat if I win. Tell me what the odds are on your bet, mate. Tell me. I think I got 2 or 3 out of 10 correct scores last week. It's crazy. I got quite a few correct predictions. MMA, you're back, bro. Yeah, Sunderland will definitely score. I think I should have gone 1-0 Sunderland. I think they'll get a goal. Kayan Jafari, great to see you again this season, mate. What's good, bro? What's good? Rico, are we still good for membership for the year, mate? Let's confirm this bet before we get to the end. Or do you want to do like 6 months or something? Can't be changing these bets on me, bro. Quick one, start Sanchez or Dubravka? I think Sanchez, Edvin, mate. I just think they have a better chance on just been listening while working, mate. MMA, where are you based, man? Where are you based? Because what's the time in England? It's like 6, no? Still at work, long day. What's the job? Sorry, bro. This is you, yeah? 9415883. Yeah, okay. Let's talk through it. I just wanted to make sure it was you. 6,000 to 1 odds, 10 games, all straight, win or draw. Hey, that's quite good. You're London? Oh, yes, it's 6 p.m. So you're just a hard worker, bro. What are you doing? What do you do for work? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Don't worry. Sanchez in goal. I'd go, that's good. Murillo, Pedro Porro, Van de Ven. Yeah, I'd go Anderson in for Van de Ven. Stev v Pedro Porro is like... I'd probably go Pedro Porro, but a lot of people might think Stev. Salah, Palmer, Fernandes, and Dye, Anderson, Mateta, Walk. Excuse me. I think I'd go Van de Ven out for Anderson. I'd go Stev first on the bench, Van de Ven second, Gui third, Cap Salah. Otherwise, like, pretty nice star. Like, good first game week as well. 54 is good. Like, I wouldn't concern yourself. I think 54 is a good game week one. You work for a bank. Me too, mate. Me too. Boring stuff also. Don't worry. I do... I'm in like FP&A at a bank, planning and forecasting for our group finance team. So don't worry, mate. I live the same life. It's painful. Nah, to be honest, like, my job's quite good. I think it's just, I've got a good boss. This is the most important thing. She's super smart. She's like very knowledgeable. And then like her boss, who's like my ultimate or my bigger boss, is a big sports fan. So they're pretty good about, in the mortgage department. Like home lending? That's like, I actually wanted to work, like back in the day when I was still in the UK, I wanted to work in like credit risk team in like the home lending mortgage stuff. Who you bring? Sorry, you didn't hear me, Star. Sorry. I said Van de Ven for Anderson. So I think your bench should be Estev, Van de Ven, and Gui, and Dubravka. And then Captain Salah. And I think you're good. Roll the transfer. And have 2 transfers for game week 3. I think your team's a good, Star. No stress. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I was going to put my team up, eh? This is my current team. I just got to make sure it actually is. Yeah, I think it's sort of like... Who do you captain? I think Captain Salah, Star, mate. I think Captain Salah. I think it's tough this week. I sort of feel like there's a lot of captaincy options and difficult to pick who you're going to go for. But yeah, I think I ended up on Saka. I'm getting that vibe. I'm going to do a big red arrow. Man, I think like if you don't have Salah or Haaland, you've got to get your captaincy pick right, really. And you've got to hope they don't get it right. So like that's kind of like, it's unlikely that like all of those things all come into one in one perfect storm, which is why I would say like if you are without both of them, something like me, like it should be like a short-term plan. So for example, like I'm free hitting next week, I'm going to have Haaland in, and wildcarding in 4, I'm going to have Salah back in. So it was always like a 2-week plan where I thought that if it went well, I was going to be like top 10k in the world in the first 2 game weeks. Like, unfortunately, Salah got that last minute goal and Haaland banged. So I was like, well, you know, it is what it is. But my game week turned out like pretty decent in the end still. I still ended up on, I think, 57 points. Like, that's a pretty decent start. Maybe the tables turn this week. If they don't, then yeah, I just got to suck it up, have a good free hit, and make sure my wild card is very good in game week 4. As I think my wildcard's going to have Salah and Haaland, both. And then I'll move out of them when I need to. Derek Saka as well. With Derek, I had your team somewhere, man. You sent it to me. Saka, Salah, Pedro must blank for me to get away this week. Oh, well, I can't be supporting Saka blank, mate. Sorry. Saka as well with Haaland. Yeah, I'd still captain Haaland in that case. Captain Sesko, too big a risk? Yeah, definitely too big a risk, mate. If you're going to captain a United player, I'd captain Bruno or Cunha, not Sesko. Not Sesko, mate. That is too big a risk. That is far too big a risk. I know you got Saka, that's why I'm jealous. Matty, good night, bro. Thank you so much for being on here. It's been long for me as well, to be honest, mate. You can see me, I'm a little bit flagging here at 3:10, but I'm gonna stick it out through to the end. Chat with you guys, and then yeah, I'm gonna get a kip, and then I got to get up and drive my missus in the morning somewhere like pretty early. So it's gonna be a grim morning. And then I want to try and get my free hit draft in ASAP before the price rises go. So, I mean, maybe the other thing... sorry, one sec. Maybe we should look at what the price rises are likely to be tomorrow and what time they come through, because I don't know what time they came through. 15 point from Saka incoming. I'd love that. Keen to talk free hit draft? All right, let's do that. Let's do that. Because I'm pretty sure I've got an actual game week 3. Wrong week. Oh, yeah, I actually had a plan, didn't I? I actually have a free hit plan. Yeah. Okay, let's have a think about this then. So if we're free hitting in game week 3, and bear in mind the fixtures as well. Big fixtures to target, I would say Man United v... Oh, did I just leave my... I'd say Man United, like this is an old draft, so I would say Cunha's got to be in there for me. I would consider going Cunha and Bruno. Newcastle at Leeds mean Gord. Like, actually, let's just clear the squad. I think Cunha's got to be in there. Is this tool free which you're using? No. This is planfpl.com. Completely. I don't use any paid tools. Like I will never use paid tools. I'm so against paying for any of the tools. Like I'm so against it. If you want to pay someone, you can pay me. Nah, I'm joking. Honestly, you can do most things for free. But yeah, planfpl.com. It's very good. And live FPL for price rises and stuff. Live.fpl is very good as well. And anything else you need. FB.ref is stats. And then if you're a coder like me, you can connect to the FPL API and get stuff onto Excel. Hello, start 3. Hey, Omara. It's been a while since I've last seen you on here, mate. It's good to see you. Start 3 out of Nico, Diouf, Van der Ven, Rodon, Estev. Nico, Diouf, Estev. Bench, Van der Ven, Rodon. Derek, 100%. All go on, bro. All right. Any, shout out if you've got any good picks that you think are great for a game week 3 free hit team. I think Anthony Gordon and Cunha, excellent. I think Erling Haaland is probably going to be my captain against Brighton anyway. Liverpool have Arsenal, so not convinced by anybody really. I think Reinders is just goated at the moment. Nottingham Forest have West Ham, so I would potentially consider Anderson or Wood. Man United, Burnley, potentially Sesko. Palmer? You think for game week 3 against Fulham, Palmer's essential? I think if Palmer blanks this week, he's not going to be in my free hit side. Wood, yeah, Mario's a good one. Sorry, this is I don't know if it did show game week 3. Yeah, let's make it clear. I'm looking at game week 3 here. Bruno, Cunha, Dorgu. Yeah, I like Dorgu. I would consider Bruno as well. I just want to see how the team shapes up before I go into him. I think Sells probably in goal. Yeah, man, Game Week 1 was all right. I think I was 57 points. How about you? What did you end up on, Amara? Yeah, agree with that, Paul. Foden, if he starts, could be good. He's in the squad this week. Yeah, Rodri's back as well. 55. Yeah, that's a good start, mate. That's a good start. What are you got any? You rolling the transfer this week? I think a lot of us are rolling. You've rolled this week. Other strike. I mean, this could be a bit rogue, but on a free hit, how about Richarlison v Bournemouth? Yeah, we're all rolling. I wish I was actually rolling. Paul was rolling earlier. Sorry, Paul, I'll stop calling you out. I've got some in the cupboard, actually. Joking. Am I? Who've Everton? Everton have got Wolves. Tarko, no. What about double Forest? Milenkovic, Mario. I feel like Liverpool v Arsenal. I'll be tempted into someone there. I'm still on Nico Diouf, maybe because Burnley plays shit against Tottenham. I might consider a step. Well, I just think Van der Ven, there's no point having Omara because City are going to score past Tottenham, right? You don't think? And I don't think Van der Ven's going to get any DEFCON points, whereas I think Estev might get some against Sunderland. West Ham is super unpredictable. Yeah, I think so. Diouf. What was the 3 you asked me? Yeah, I don't mind Diouf. Diouf's for attacking potential, right? That's why you got him. Wood and Strand Larson, yeah. Wolves v Everton, though. I think Wood. That's reliant on Nottingham Forest there banging up West Ham, eh? Watkins against Palace. Maybe Rodgers. Too many players selected from Forest. Because I had Sells in goal. I can't. Brentford. What about like Kevin Sharder? Something rogue like that. Porro against Bournemouth. You think? In that case, I'm going to go Milenkovic. I'm stuck on Sells v Dubravka this week. Wait, sorry. Who do Palace have again? They have Forest. I'd go Sells, Kayan. Just because Palace don't have Eze. If you got a Stev in as well, then you might as well split the risk. Go for it. What about Thiago of Brentford? Yeah, I like that as well. Maybe. Yeah, but who for? Would you have him over Richarlison, Wood, or Haaland? Probably not. Probably not. Who are you picking, Pedro or Neto? I read that and I was like, what are you talking about? He's one guy, Pedro Neto. Then I reread it and I realised you meant João Pedro or Pedro Neto. That was quite funny though. Well, João Pedro is definitely going to score today because I got a bet with Rico. And Rico said if João Pedro scores, he gets to pick the week of my triple captain. And if he doesn't, then he becomes a member of the channel for a year. But then he ran away after he said that. But I'll allow him. Looking at Spurs fixtures, looks like a good shout to bring in Richarlison for a few weeks in the main one. Yeah, but this is just a free hit team that I'm putting together for 1 week. So for game week 3. My kid just starting this week. Is this a good catch-up? Sanchez, Ballard, Munoz, Esteve, Anderson, Salah, Reinders, Semenyo, Mateta, Watkins, Haaland. Bench Dubravka, Dorgu, Van de Ven, King. I like it, Danny. What I would say, if you could go Van de Ven to perhaps like, I mean, Tottenham do have good fixtures, so maybe that's not too bad. How do you save some money in that team? I don't love cement. You got a big midfield, and I think you can downgrade like a Mateta to. Oh, you got King as your 4.5 mil midfielder. He's nice though. Okay, so you want to play 3 up front. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's pretty good. It's not far off what I'd go. I wouldn't mind if you could get Cunha in for Semenyo somehow. I'd like that. I'd like somehow Cunha. Or even like Gakpo. I don't really like that Semenyo pick. He might be good this week against Wolves though. And Ballard as well at 4.6. Like if you're starting this week, you can probably just go for like a 4 mil. Like maybe a Bijo at Leeds. Someone like that. I mean, Ballard could be nice, but 4.6 mil, you could get better clubs. Like you could have like Chris Richards at Palace, Guay at Palace. Yeah, 9 minutes to deadline, guys. Mateta, Strand, Larson save maybe. Hey man, my guy. Yes, this is my old mate from uni from back in the glory days when we used to play cricket together at uni. We used to gamble and play poker and drink together, and glory days, mate. And now you're having a kid. Congratulations, bro. I won't speak too much about your private life on stream, but yeah, he texted me the other day. Eamon was a lady killer at uni, mate. They were all over him, especially the Eastern European ones. That's what I remember, mate. Anyway, I don't know if you remember differently from back then. Congrats, Danny. Yeah, you got your kid into it. I think it's a nice team, mate. I think the places I'd consider is maybe Ballard. Yeah, Mateta downgrade 1. Yeah, if you could go Mateta to Strand Larson and Semenyo to Cunha, that would be real nice, Danny. That'd be real. Yeah. That'd actually be so good. Yeah. Benteke to Strand Larson, Semenyo to Cunha. Like that team, man. As if you remember that. Of course I remember that, mate. That's a staple in my memory. Seems you missed those days, mate. I'm not going to lie. Those days were unbelievable. But I had 4 years of it. And by the end of uni, I was like, I can't do this. And my liver was broken. How is Watkins? I don't love it, Boss Arhill. I don't love Watkins captain. I think you can go for it, but I don't love it. We all do, yeah. Paul's not wrong. That's right. I still live some decent days nowadays. Bro, please start Kudus or Wirtz. How is that a choice that you're making, Flexo? Kudus, but crazy. Oh, Kudus and Wirtz. Sack and die. Keep popping in for these deadline streams. Thanks, bro. Or do you got any? You got like team ID? I got to bring a team up, bro. Bring a team up on screen. What's your team? How did you go game week 1, Eamon? Yeah. Wirtz and Kudus for sure. Getting die on the bench. Flexo. Man, the deadline stream is dying tonight because I'm cooked. It's like 3:25. Suddenly everyone's going to come in with like last minute questions for me. But that's why I made it subscribers only. 58 points. Yeah, go on. Let's get you up. What do you think? Bench Richards or Anderson? Richards, Cody. I think Anderson gets DEFCON. I think Richards more likely for clean sheet. Anderson more likely for DEFCON. So do what you would with that information. Wish I cooked a bit more. Ended up being a bit template-y. 5, 6, 7, 2. Let me make that cool. Yeah, I see what you're saying. A little bit. 5 minutes to deadline, guys. Lock your teams in now. All your streams should be subscriber only. This one I did subscriber only. But I like, I think game week 1 probably should have been. But I also want to grow the channel, you know. Like I kind of want new people popping in. And sometimes I feel like when they're subscriber only, maybe they don't. I don't know. Yeah, I like one of my goals, right, is growing the channel this year. Like I said, trying to get to like 1,000 views per video consistently, like watches, and then trying to get to 5K, maybe 5K subscribers by the end of the year. That's sort of my goal. Hopefully I'll close in on 3K subscribers over the next few weeks. Why Captain Sally play against Newcastle, Palmer play against West Ham? And if you want to captain Palmer, you captain Palmer, bro, but I just think Palmer's not going to score points. Unless he comes in the right 10. I've explained this on the stream a few times, but I think Maresca positions him last week in the left 10 where he tends to drop deeper and cross or drift out wide, whereas when he's in that right 10 role, he cuts inside on his left and shoots and plays through balls as well. You're in that same dilemma of who to bench from your defenders this week. I'd probably go Nico, Porro, and Richards in. Diouf and Esteve on the bench. But I could easily bench Porro. I know people have done that. And then the rest of the team looks the same. Looks pretty good. I think that team's pretty nice. I see what you mean, a bit template here. But I didn't think Jorginho Ruta was template. Locked in Gyökeres as captain. Good luck, Cody. 3 minutes to deadline, guys. Lock in your teams. I'm going to double and triple check that I have locked in my team. Keep flipping between Esteve and Porro. Maybe keep Porro bench so I can keep wishing Spurs down. Oh, yeah, you're an Arsenal fan, aren't you? I remember those shirts. Locked an hour. Yeah, I just think Porro for attacking returns, but Esteve, I mean, he's got the chance of DEFCON and chance of a clean sheet, so maybe you got 2 routes to points there. So yeah, maybe Esteve's the right call. I think it's a tough one. Is anyone going to to make me last minute change my defenders to Diouf from Nico Williams. Definitely not. Oh, Harry Wilson on my bench. So sad. Guys, 2 minutes to go. Yeah, City will score. But they can't stop the transition with Rodri, who may be back. Yeah, that's right. He is back. Well, he is available this week. Whether he plays or starts, I'm not sure. Bro, I'll answer that question, Star. Just Captain Salah. Look, I said Palmer will likely play in that left 10 role like he did last week. But he's better in the right 10. If he plays right 10, I think Palmer is a better captain against West Ham. But I mean, no, realistically, it's just Salah, man. Just Salah is inevitable. Hard with Harry on the bench. Yeah, it's hard with Harry on the bench. This is my team, guys. This is my final team. Nish, you're back in just at your sort of timings, mate. 2 minutes to deadline. Nish is running to his laptop. The Wi-Fi's not working. Hotspotting is off his phone. No team leaks. No, I haven't seen anything on Twitter. It's like not really one of those it's not really one of those times where you get the team leaks, really. Plus the first game is like a not really team leaky game. One minute to deadline, guys. Lock in your teams. Lock in your teams. Lock in your teams. And then go over to game day and then you can do your teams over there as well. Remember to message me if you want any additional packs for that game day squad. I am so dead. Oh, the deadline has... Shall we see if FPL fucked up again this week? Deadline's passed. Deadline has passed. Let's see if they actually screwed it this week again and you can still make transfers. Yeah, you can still make transfers after the deadline. So bad. I'm going to switch Road on and Diouf just for fun. See, you can still do it. They're so... The new... Like, whoever's come up with FPL this year is just... They're an absolute shambles. Absolute shambles. Don't worry about the deadline. Everything's still working. You can still change your teams. I can captain Gyökeres if I want. That new update's so bad. Everything about it's so bad. They've changed a few things because of how much people complain, to be honest. But yeah, it's been shambles. Guys, good luck this game week. Thank you for tuning in on this live stream and keeping me company here up until 3:30 in the morning in Oz. I dare you, Cody. Shall I change my vice captain to Gyökeres? Vice captain. No, I'm not going to do that either. I'll keep it on Ekatike. You never know. Arsenal game might be called off for bad weather or something. For fun. Kentaro, thank you, mate. Drew, Paul, Abdullah, Cody, Nish, Llewellyn, all of you guys that are still in the chat. Hey, man, thanks for joining in, bro. Always good to chat to an old mate. Hopefully we can catch up when I'm in London later this year. Good luck this game week. Brycey, much love, bro. Bryce, what do I have for you, mate? You got any drinking games going on today? How do I get this going? Sit off, Brycey. The good days. Got to get those drinking games back and going. Oh, man, why are you all doing this? Can I come? All right, in that, then you got to take a puff for this one. Puff, 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 and then pass. Game's updating. Is it finally updating? Yeah. Game's updating. It's 3:32. 3:32. It's updating. All right, guys. Have a great week, everybody. Good luck this game week. Hope all your captaincy decisions go well. Hope all your players go well. And I will catch you in the week for some videos. If you need anything from me in the week, ping me on Instagram or Twitter, or comment on one of my YouTube videos is much nicer because it helps it go out. Please try and watch all the videos to the end if you can. Even if you're not really watching, just leave them on YouTube. It's great. It helps the algorithm. Don't tell YouTube I said that. And yeah, thanks everyone for joining in and dealing with me until 3:30 in the morning. So much love, and I'm going to get some sleep. This has been your English Aussie, and I will catch you next week, guys. See you later.